77 at 6:03. Something kind of special took place in Joplin over the weekend.
The KCU Dental School in Joplin holding its white coat ceremony for about 80 incoming dental students on Saturday. One of the members of the class of 2029 is Rory Greer from Jay, Oklahoma.
They have an amazing staff, and they always say, like, before you can be a dentist, you have to be a good person. And so that was a really just a big thing for me. And then also, the school's new and they have great technology, and I just think that this university would be the best chance to become a great dentist.
Rory says her greatest role model is her mother, who's a full-time pharmacist. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
One of those small U.S. mail vehicles had caught fire near 24th and Florida in Joplin on Saturday morning. The mail carrier, who was not injured, saved much of the mail that was on board. No firefighters were injured either, and the cause of that flame is yet unknown.
77 with the sun beginning to rise at 6:04. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. News Talk KZRG.
Well, the Joplin City Council is meeting tonight. One item to be discussed includes a measure that would enable the Missouri State Department of Health and Senior Services and the Joplin Health Department to provide nutritional assistance and education to people in Joplin and Jasper County as a whole. That meeting is getting underway at 6 o'clock tonight on the 5th floor of City Council Chambers, 602 South Main. We'll be joined by Joplin Mayor Keenan Cortez this morning at 7:10.
What's winning the battle at the box office?
Weapons continuing its run at the top of the box office for a second weekend in a row. The horror film earning another $25 million in theaters in the U.S. and Canada. Freakier Friday, starring Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, holding on to second place in its second weekend, bringing in $14.5 million domestically. Nobody 2 debuts in third place, earning more than $9 million at North American theaters. Rounding out the top 5, the Fantastic Four: First Steps takes the fourth spot with $8.8 million domestically. And The Bad Guys 2 finishing in fifth place with $7.5 million. Daria Albinger.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In MLB action, the Cardinals were swept by the Yankees after an 8-4 win by New York on Sunday. Lars Newbar had 3 hits in the loss for the Redbirds. St. Louis is back on the road for 6 straight, with the first of 3 at Miami slated for 5:40 tonight. You can hear that game on our sister station AM 1230, The Talker. The Royals finish off the weekend sweep of the Chicago White Sox with a 6-2 win on Sunday. Jonathan Indy and Adam Frazier each had 2-run home runs in the win. The Royals are back in action tonight, kicking out the first of 4 games against the Texas Rangers with the 6:40 first pitch. In NFL news, in preseason action, the Chiefs lost to the Seahawks 33-16 over the weekend. Gardner Minshew threw for 70 yards and a touchdown, while Robert Tonyan caught a score. Kansas City wraps the preseason with a matchup against the Bears on Friday. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash this summer? Liberty Tree Guns is buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Borges.
Next news, 6:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Heat advisory today. 99 the high. Heat index 105. There is a slight chance of a thunderstorm today. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is the service of Buffalo Run Casino and Resort. Proud to welcome ACM, CMA, and Grammy Award-winning duo Brothers Osborne to the Outdoor Amphitheater Friday, September 26th. Get your tickets now at BuffaloRun.com.
Clean sweep on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It's 72 in Neosho, 75 in Pittsburgh, 77 in Baxter Springs, 77 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 6:08.
This is Darcy Kissling, Academy Director at City Point Beauty Academy. Our amazing students would love to invite you into the summer season with some amazing specials to help you glow smarter, not harder. We have many amazing deals for your hair, nails, skin, body, and soul. Take a break from the heat and treat yourself in our salon and spa. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram to get the details on our special. City Point Beauty Academy is the place to be this summer. All services are supervised by a licensed salon professional.
This is a test. This station is conducting a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This has been a weekly test of the emergency alert system. If this had been an actual emergency, the attention signal you just heard would have been followed by an official warning or alert information. This station serves the tri-state area. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mike Rowe to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with a promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
6:11, Ted Bojorquez.
Steve Scott at 6:11.
News Talk, KZRG. In an hour, we'll be able to get ices. 7-Eleven is the...
Oh, there's none in the Joplin area.
I know, which, by the way...
There used to be, but they're gone.
I know. That's probably the single greatest loss to the local community that I could imagine is a lack of 7-Eleven specifically.
Well, for a while we didn't have Quick Trips. Now we're getting a second one.
Yeah.
Over the weekend.
Yeah, how's that, huh?
Yeah, supposedly we're getting a second one at 32nd and Main. That's what I read. I don't know if that's a rumor or if it's the actual truth yet, but I just heard the rumor.
And you know us on this news show is we
report rumors. Breaking news! Breaking news!
Oh God!
I saw a movie over the weekend. Actually,
yeah. Hey.
The one of them that I saw.
By the way, really quickly here, Steve has not seen a new movie in like 12 plus years. So this actually is truly exciting news.
Last year I saw about 3 new movies. One of them I think was with you, if I remember right. But anyway,
Steve sees 3 new pieces of media a year.
One of the new movies that I watched was on Netflix. It was called Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah, one of the stars of the movie was Travis Kelce.
Was it really?
Without Tay-Tay.
Wow, he was flying solo, huh?
Yeah,
she
did a good
allowed
job.
him to do that?
He played a waiter. He was a waiter.
Was he?
Waiter of a restaurant.
The chief waiter? Is that
of a restaurant.
Is that the joke that he was the chief waiter?
I guess.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
But
so,
I also saw Naked Gun.
The two movies that Steve has seen in the last 10 years.
I took my better half to go see The Naked Gun.
Were both absolutely dad humor, totally up Steve's alley.
By far.
What did you think of Naked Gun, Steve? Did it hold up to the original?
Kinda, but I didn't actually stay to watch all of the credits, so I didn't get to see if they played the tricks in the credits.
Oh, they did. I stayed to watch the credits. They did little things in the credits that were jokes as well.
Okay, well, they did that in the first one. But I did notice at the very end they put Weird Al Yankovic back on.
Uh-huh.
So,
did you like the little nod to O.J. Simpson they did?
That was a nod. There was a nod to all the other stars of the first one, but O.J. is just like, no.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, good movie. Definitely dad humor. If you like the movie Airplane, that's pretty much what you're going to get in on.
And if you like the Naked Gun movies, the originals, including 33 1/3, which was their third movie.
33 1/3?
Yeah.
Why was it a third?
It's called Naked Gun 33 1/3. I don't know.
Oh. Classic comedy, huh? Well, in any case, that was some pretty big news that we had for you starting off the morning. Is Steve actually saw a new movie? Pretty exciting.
And I still have some of the large popcorn left to eat at home.
I got a medium popcorn, and then my friend, I finished it, and my friend that I went with, he goes, "You're not throwing that away, are you?" And I go, "Well, yeah, it's empty." He goes, No. So he went and tried to get a free refill. And I said, they only do that for larges.
Larges only.
And you know what happened?
They told him no.
They gave it to him.
What?
They said the manager's out, the manager's away, and when the cat's away, the mice come out to play. Sure, we'll give you a free refill.
I didn't know the manager was a cat.
Yeah, they decided that in order to be more equitable, they were also going to go for not only for the trans thing, but also the feline thing. It's trans-speciesism, Steve. The manager identified as a cat. They have litter boxes.
Watch out, you're going to get Trump riled up.
I'm going to get Trump. Yeah, Trump is sensing a disturbance in the force, and I just woke up.
Trans-species.
I just ruined his beauty sleep. We're sitting at a news time of 6:15. Steve, how's our weather today?
It's going to be sunny. It's going to be hot, but I don't get to say rinse and repeat for this next time because it's going to be cooler the next few days.
Really?
Yeah, we have a heat advisory in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. 99 for the high with the heat index as high as 105 today. Then, starting tomorrow, we've got a chance of showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow night, and Wednesday. And it's going to be cooler. The high only 96 tomorrow, 93 on Wednesday. So it's getting cooler.
All right, look at that. Getting cooler.
We do have a very slight chance of some thunderstorms later today, but very slight chance at this point.
Yeah, and we'll be keeping an eye on it for you, so it will not be sneaking up on you so long as you are tuned into FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
And if you have the KZRG Storm Center app, the Zimmer Storm Center app.
Yep, the Zimmer Storm Center app. Great to download for freezies. Well, here's some exciting news for our agricultural community in the 4 states area, specifically in Missouri. The Missouri Agricultural and Small Business Development Authority, they are now accepting applications for funding through the Show Me Entrepreneurial Grant for Agriculture Innovation Grant Program. Wow, could they add more words into all their titles?
Well, I like all the abbreviations.
Oh, yeah, lots of them.
The first one is MASBDA, and then the second one is SEGA, which is also a gaming company, Sega.
Sega. Yeah, they should do is they should just say Missouri Agricultural Department and their free money grant. They just call it that. Just make it real simple. Now, basically, Missouri farmers and agricultural producers, things like that want to add value to agricultural products, you can submit applications until mid-September, September 19th to be precise. Now, these grants are funded by an appropriation from the Missouri General Assembly, and basically the goal is to encourage agricultural innovation for Show Me Ag farmers and producers, things like that. Now, this program provides funding in the form of grants to producers, businesses, organizations, cooperatives, for facilities. You can use this money for equipment, upgrades, services, coordinated efforts, cooperative marketing. You can also, pretty much whatever you want for your business. If you are an ag producer or if you know an ag producer in Missouri. Now, this is not chump change we're talking here. We're not talking like $38. What are we looking at, Steve?
We're looking at $50,000 for the minimum grant award, and the maximum grant award is a cool $250,000, $250,000. Say that again. One more time. That's enough. I've had enough. Do I need to get that little foam basketball out?
I thought you were going to say phone book. I was like, geez, Steve's going to throw a phone book at me? My God.
Phone book? What's that?
Exactly.
Those went away with the internet. Now it's online.
I don't even know. You know, when I was a kid, the only thing we used phone books for was to prop me up a little taller on the stool.
I used them to kill flies and spiders and stuff.
You know, a phone book? Let me see your forearms. Oh, yeah, look at that. Those are girthy. You could tell Steve uses foam. Oh, look at him go. He's giving the muscle man flex. Check that out. Too bad Mrs. Steve isn't in here. She'd be like, oh, my.
Oh, she sees it all the time.
Oh, I'm sure. So anyway, if you are a farmer or an agricultural producer that you or you know someone within that field, you can check out this grant or encourage them to check out this grant. A little bit of money to help our ag farmers here. And again, really the idea is basically just to help producers in the Show Me State. You can go to newstalkkzrg.com for all the details. We're up against the clock here, but another big story that we had this morning for you, and we'll get more into the details later on this morning, for our ag community. Massive, massive news. Massive news. The lesser prairie chicken will not be listed as a threatened or endangered species in the state, or really across the country, actually.
I didn't sleep at night because of this.
This lesser prairie...
I was wondering if it was ever going to be taken care of in the courts.
This is perhaps the biggest news that we've broken since the big story about the Missouri State Highway Patrol announcing the release of this year's paper maps. This is probably up there with that level of hard-hitting national news.
It's not the greater prairie chicken, it's the lesser prairie chicken.
And the lesser prairie chicken will not be listed as a threatened or endangered species, thanks to the attorneys general of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas. Look at that.
Right.
The 4 states.
Good job.
2 of the 4 states, they band together to put this lesser prairie chicken business to the rest.
All because they were attacked by the Biden administration. Jeez.
We're going to have more details for you on this super hard-hitting, really important, super-duper, crazy, life-altering news later on this morning.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Do you want me to add more descriptors to how big this news is?
How much time do we have to kill? Oh, we're doing fine time-wise. Now you don't need any more.
KZRG News Time, 6:20.
KZRG's Big 3 on News Talk, KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump said that Ukrainian President Zelensky could end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wanted. Trump then hosted a large slate of European leaders as discussions on the future of Europe unfold.
Number 2.
There was a semi-truck accident that claimed the life of 3 Americans in Florida. Turns out the driver of the semi-truck which caused the accident was an illegal immigrant who entered the country illegally from India. The driver was arrested and the incident is being investigated as a homicide.
Number 1.
A mail truck in Joplin burst into flames on Saturday morning near 24th in Florida. Thankfully, the driver was not injured and was able to save much of the mail. Cause of the fire under investigation.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk, KZRG.
What are your thoughts on the Trump-Putin meeting in Alaska? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or text us at 417-782-1310. Coming up, what's going on with your money? That's coming up next. Chris Plant at 9, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at 11. We're going to be joined by Joplin Fire Department's Dustin Luneau at 7:40 on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. It's another hot day, but after today, temperatures gradually trend downward. Heat advisory until 8 o'clock.
I thought Ben Stiller did a great job.
Good morning.
Thought Ben Stiller did a great job too in the one movie. Happy Gilmore.
Oh, was Ben Stiller in it?
Yeah, he was the evil guy.
Oh, that's right, because I forgot that he was that in the first one, too.
Yeah.
He was the dude that ran the old folks home.
Well, in this case, he was running their version of Alcoholics Anonymous. It was called HAL. I don't know what it was abbreviated for.
Oh, interesting.
Which was, I think, his name.
Oh.
But it also was the abbreviation.
Oh, nice. Good morning, George, Tony.
Hello, George, Tony.
Sarisa says yawn. I mean, good morning. Yeah, time for coffee. I got my coffee right here, complete with bendy straw.
Got mine, too.
Yeah.
I need a bendy straw.
I got my bendy straw coffee. Shout out to QT. Hey, Carol. Did you know that QT has their own beer? It's called QT, which stands for Quittin' Time.
Yeah. Quitting time, I know.
It's funny.
It is.
Why didn't I expected more of a heftier laugh from you.
Why are you about that?
Rick says good morning, Newswatch.
Well, hello, Rick.
Yeah, it's not very
Carol.
good. I was drinking some Quittin' Time this weekend.
And you felt like drinking the Quitting Time beer?
Yeah, I switched over to whiskey. Just kidding.
They used to have a dog that represented them. There's like from the movie Benji back many decades ago. It was a little dog, and he was their main advertising thing.
Yeah, Target had that too.
They still have the dog with the red bullseye on his eye.
Oh, do they? I haven't seen him in a while. You know who I haven't seen in a long time? Ronald McDonald. Where did they stick him?
Well, they've actually started bringing him back for this anniversary special thing that they're running on Adult Happy Meals.
I'm fine with him not being around because I didn't really like him. I like Mayor McCheese better.
He's in it. Also, the Grimace is in it. The Shake Guy.
I like Grimace a lot. The Hamburglar is fun.
The Hamburglar's in it.
Yeah, but I never really cared for Ronald McDonald.
You should go try one of their Happy Adult Meals.
I should not do that because McDonald's is gross. I'm sorry. That's a hill I am willing to die on. I think I did get Whataburger on Friday.
And what did you think? Was it what I thought?
I'm not a fast food guy. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
I seldom enjoy fast food.
Well, they're not super fast, but they're good. They're not super slow either.
I'm Nicole Murray with your money now. U.S. Steel has pinned blame for the deadly explosion last week at the Clairton Coke Works factory on a valve failure that led to coke oven gas igniting. The statement from U.S. Steel marks the first time company officials have offered a theory as to why the explosion occurred. U.S. Steel emphasized the investigation is in its early stages. Meanwhile, the plant is operating in a limited capacity. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has reportedly said that he believes AI could be in a bubble, comparing market conditions to those of the dot-com boom in the 1990s. Alibaba co-founder Joe Tsai, Bridgewater Associates Ray Dalio, and Apollo Global Management chief economist Torsten Slok have all raised similar warnings. Google has agreed to pay a roughly $36 million fine for signing anti-competitive deals with Australia's two largest telcos that ban the installation of competing search engines on some smartphones. The court will decide whether the $36 million penalty is appropriate. Futures are slightly lower. That's your money now.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Just before 6:30. News Talk KZRG, streaming live on your smart speaker and also on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. Ted Bojorquez.
Steve Scott.
How's our weather today, Steve?
Today it's going to be sunny. It's going to be hot. We do have a very slight chance of some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. High today, 99, with the heat index as high as 105. Again, that heat advisory in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. There's no mention of heat advisories, though, from that point forward because it's going to be cooler tomorrow. Notice I'm saying cooler. It's 99 today, 96 tomorrow, 93 on Wednesday. So it's getting cooler as the week progresses at this point. Not bad.
Not bad.
And a chance of rain.
Yeah, we'll be keeping you up to date with all that weather here on News Talk KZRG. Hey, coming up later today, Chris Plant at 9, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at 11, Sean Hannity at 2. At 7:40, we're going to be joined by Dustin Luno of the Joplin Fire Department. He's going to be giving us some do's and don'ts now that school is getting back in session locally. Do's and don'ts of roadway safety. That's coming up at 7:40. At 7:10, we'll be speaking with Joplin Mayor Keenan Cortez. We'll be talking about a public hearing for the proposed city budget for the next fiscal year, along with accepting funds for the Joplin MAPS program, the MAPS services, transportation. We're going to be talking to him about that. And also later on this morning, we're going to be getting into the story about Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley investigating Meta, Facebook, investigating Meta over reports that its AI chatbots engage children in romantic and sensual online exchanges.
Wow.
Yeah, big wow, big
wow.
problem, big problem. And Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley, he is not going to roll over on this. He is investigating Meta on this issue. So we're going to be getting into those details coming up later on today. Another story we're going to have for you later on this morning here on the Morning News Watch. Speaking of national lawmakers based out of Missouri, Missouri U.S. Congressman Eric Burleson has introduced a balanced budget amendment to the U.S. Constitution. We'll see how far that
probably needed.
We'll see how far that gets, and we'll have details for you on those provisions of that amendment that Congressman Burleson is suggesting forth later on this morning as well. On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
At 6:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bohorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG. Trump's Zelensky meeting at the White House.
Hurricane Aaron forms over the weekend.
Protest in Israel. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Heat advisory until tonight at 8. 99 for the high today. Heat index making it feel like 105. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 6:38. Sun is on the rise at 72 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Galena, 75 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. President Zelensky of Ukraine will be meeting with President Donald Trump at the White House. Doug Luzader has more.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, he'll be joined by 7 other European leaders, hoping to make a unified stance in trying to hammer out a peace deal on the best terms possible for Ukraine. President Trump, meantime, already making it clear that Zelensky must be willing to make concessions. He posted this on Truth Social. President Zelensky of Ukraine can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to, or he can continue to fight. Remember how it started. No getting back Obama given Crimea 12 years ago without a shot being fired, and no going into NATO by Ukraine. Some things never changed.
Hurricane Aaron has moved ever closer to the U.S. over the weekend.
Major Hurricane Aaron continuing to move to the north of the Caribbean islands. Over the weekend, about 4 or 5 inches of rain dropped in Puerto Rico. Now beginning to see this move to the northwest at 13 miles an hour. Still 130 mile an hour winds just north of Turks and Caicos right now. Close enough that it is a tropical storm warning, not close enough that it's a hurricane warning there. It is staying fairly far off of shore, but this is becoming a monster storm. So that doesn't mean folks won't see at least some sort of impacts. We really are dodging a bullet with this as it heads north. It weakens slowly, but what you'll notice is really staying away from all sort of landfall, particularly here in the United States. That doesn't mean we won't see any impact whatsoever.
That was Adam Klotz reporting. Mass protest in Israel demanding an immediate deal to bring hostages home.
The goal is to shut down the country, according to organizers who represent the families of hostages. Hundreds of thousands of people are taking part. 50 Israelis remain in Hamas captivity in Gaza, 20 believed still alive. The protesters say the Israeli government is putting politics ahead of their freedom. People have gathered in front of the homes of some politicians, outside military bases too, others blocking highways and lighting bonfires. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he won't agree a ceasefire deal that leaves Hamas in power in Gaza. Jonathan Savage.
News Talk KZRG 75 at 6:33.
Osage Beach landed a whopper.
Major League Fishing's Toyota Series on the Lake of the Ozarks is coming in March and is considered one of the premier bass fishing tournaments in the nation. The tournament is expected to pump over $1 million into the local economy. Anglers will compete for thousands of dollars in cash prizes as they work toward the final rankings in this nationally televised competition. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ethan Thomas.
A special election in southwest Missouri. Governor Mike Kehoe calling for that special vote to fill the vacancy in District 160 that was left by Neosho State Representative Ben Baker, who is now the state director for USDA's rural development. The group Vote 417 commended the move, but says the governor should have called the special election much, much sooner. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, 75 at 634, News Talk, KZRG.
Vision Carthage looking for volunteers to help improve homes during a workday on Saturday, September 27th. Vision Carthage co-director Kate Kelly told News Talk KZRG.
It's really about neighbors helping neighbors. And so if they've attended 3 out of the 7 workshops that we are hosting this year, then they are in the running for us to come together with volunteers on the 27th to do work on their home. And we partner with Habitat for Humanity and Hearts and Hammers and lots of local volunteers, skilled tradesmen, but also just anybody who wants to get involved and help a neighbor out.
They're hoping for at least 50 volunteers to turn out. All the details at newstalkkzrg.com.
The U.S. government debuts its own artificial intelligence made to help federal workers adapt to the tech in a secure manner.
USAI is a generative artificially intelligent chatbot that is exclusive to the United States government. The GSA says USAI will push government operations into the future with better data management and operating efficiency. Creating a proprietary government AI is part of the Trump administration's overall plan for the tech, from its integration to operation and development. And having AI exclusive to the U.S. government allows government to make use of the tech in a way that limits chances of it being infiltrated or manipulated by bad actors. Eben Brown.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In MLB action, the Cardinals were swept by the Yankees after an 8-4 win by New York on Sunday. Lars Newbar had 3 hits in the loss for the Redbirds. St. Louis is back on the road for 6 straight, with the first of 3 at Miami slated for 5:40 tonight. You can hear that game on our sister station AM 1230, The Talker. The Royals finish off the weekend sweep of the Chicago White Sox with a 6-2 win on Sunday. Jonathan Indy and Adam Frazier each had 2-run home runs in the win. The Royals are back in action tonight, kicking out the first of 4 games against the Texas Rangers with the 6:40 first pitch. In NFL news, in preseason action, the Chiefs lost to the Seahawks 33-16 over the weekend. Gardner Minshew threw for 70 yards and a touchdown, while Robert Tonyan caught a score. Kansas City wraps the preseason with a matchup against the Bears on Friday. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
Your news, a service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash this summer? Liberty Tree Guns is buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news, 7 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. It's another hot day, but after today, temperatures gradually trend downward. Heat advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. 99 the high today. Heat index up at 105. We have a slight chance of a thunderstorm. As that front gets closer, a better chance of rain tomorrow. A few showers and thunderstorms, scattered thunderstorms Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar this morning. 72 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Webb City, 75 in Joplin. 100 weather updates every 24 hours on News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 6:38.
Get ready for a weekend full of live bluegrass music, sample mouthwatering barbecue brought to you by Oklahoma Freedom Flight, a classic car show, and fun for the whole family at the second annual Bluegrass and Barbecue Festival in Pryor, Oklahoma, October 17th and 18th. Spend the weekend in downtown Pryor listening to the best bluegrass picking from the Cox family, Grass Mountain Trailhead, Emily Rhine, One-Eyed Jack, and more. Let the kids run and play on the inflatables, shop the amazing downtown storefronts, and when you and the family are ready for lunch, enjoy delicious eats from vendors, food trucks, and local restaurants. Then check out the classic car show featuring sports cars.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
This weekend of great music, amazing food, and community fun. And if you're a vendor wanting to join the buzz and fun, or a barbecue team wanting to compete in the competition, reach out to Pryor Creek Events on Facebook to register.
I didn't know QT had a mascot.
Yeah, the mascot dog name. This is many years ago. His name Lamar. That was the one that he'd be in the truck, pickup truck with the guy driving. He'd stop a quick trip to get a drink, a Route 44 drink.
Did you hear that, Teresa? There's the answer to your question. George, good morning, George. Since school started today for CJ, I'll be up at it a little earlier every weekday. Oh, excellent.
Hello, Doc. Doc
Hey,
Dams.
Doc. Vanessa, good morning. Happy Monday morning. Glad the kids are back in school this week. Yeah. Jason's here. So he said, my mascot dog is Carter, I guess. Nah. So he said, uh-oh, Steve, Ted ran away. Quick, do the morning rap. It's too late. I'm back.
Nix the rap. Nix the rap.
Guess who's back, back, back.
Back again.
Back again, again. Look, Shady's back, back, back. Tell a friend, friend, friend. Guess who's back?
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
There's your rap for you.
Hey there, youngster. Let me ask you a question. Does your mom like going to a business with dirty bathrooms?
No way, mister.
Exactly. Area customers love doing business in a fresh, clean environment. So Helping Hands Commercial Cleaning Service is ready to do the dirty work to leave your business sparkling clean. Their team always ensures your workplace stays fresh, inviting, and ready to impress. Helping Hands Commercial Cleaning is ready to customize a cleaning service that works best for your business, such as daily office cleaning, a thorough deep clean, or specialized services. For over 25 years, they've been supporting our local businesses and employing your friends, family, and neighbors. Helping Hands isn't just here to do business. They're invested in a brighter, shinier future for our communities. Specializing in large-scale facilities, from medical, manufacturing, professional offices, and high-security facilities. Helping Hands is ready to do the dirty work. Find them on Facebook or at helpinghandsservices.com.
Are you ready to stay warm this winter and save money?
Hi, Shane and Brooke here with Flames for Home and Hearth in Joplin, and now is the time to take advantage of the best prices of the season with Lopai's hot summer sale.
That's right, all Lopai stoves, inserts, and fireplaces are on sale. You can save $600 on a Lopai Deerfield pellet stove and up to $516 on Lopai's iconic Endeavor wood stove. Flames has incredible savings on all Lopai models, so whether you're looking to add a new stove or you're updating an existing fireplace, we have a Lopai that will make a beautiful and efficient heating addition to your home.
Yes, all Lopai wood stoves, inserts, and fireplaces are on sale, so don't wait until the cold hits to think about heating your home this winter.
And don't forget to ask about the federal tax credit with savings up to an additional $2,000.
Now, that's a lot of savings. Stop by Flames today and check out our amazing deals only for a limited time.
Flames, playing with fire since 1995. Find Flames at 4601 South Range Line Road, half a mile south of I-44.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
6:40, Ted Borges.
Steve Scott.
News Talk KZRG in about an hour from now at 7:40. We're going to be joined by Joplin Fire Department's Dustin Luno. We're going to be talking about back-to-school safety on the roadways at 7:10. We'll be speaking with Joplin Mayor Keenan Cortez. We'll be talking about a public hearing for the proposed city budget for the next fiscal year, along with a financial interest disclosure amendment in the city. We're also going to be joined by Chris Plant, starting at 9 every single weekday morning. That's cool.
All right.
Yeah. How's our weather today, Steve?
Today, I've got some good news.
As opposed to normally.
Okay. The heat advisory expires at 8 o'clock today. There's a good reason.
Whoa, okay.
It's going to be cooler the rest of the week.
Oh.
Sunny and hot today with a slight chance of some showers and thunderstorms later on this afternoon. The high today, 99, heat index as high as 105. Then for tonight, a slight chance of thunderstorms, partly cloudy with a low of 74. A chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, mostly sunny and hot with a high near 96. Heat index values as high as 103. Then on Wednesday, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny and hot with a high of 93. But the good news for Thursday, even cooler. Sunny with a high of only 91, so it won't officially be hot because it's below the 92 threshold.
Yeah, they're going to be warm, but not as warm as it has been. That's right. Always great news. The Zimmer Storm Center app, great place to keep up to date on all things weather. Hey, here's a pretty interesting story for you this morning. Southwest Missouri U.S. Congressman Eric Burleson has introduced a balanced budget amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Now, we're going to be speaking with Congressman Burleson on this show on Friday at 7:10, this upcoming Friday. But yeah, he decided, you know what? We should have a balanced budget every single year in this country. He wants to add this to the Constitution of the United States. That's a pretty ambitious goal.
Well, of course, before he became the U.S. congressman, he was in the state government, and they actually have a balanced budget amendment, I believe, in the state of Missouri that was passed by the legislature a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. Now, but Congressman Burleson, he didn't propose the state balanced budget.
No. But he worked with it within the limits, so therefore he knows how to work within those limits.
I got to be honest, I feel like every single family in the 4 states knows how to work within a balanced budget limit.
I don't know. Have you seen the bankruptcy courts for a while?
You know what? You got me there, Steve.
Okay.
There's a handful of 4-staters out there that don't know how to use a balanced budget, but I think most families understand
most do.
how to operate within a balanced budget. The federal government doesn't seem to get how that works, though. Now, the proposal would prohibit the federal government from spending more than it takes in. It's as simple as that. It would also establish a strict cap on the national debt, a strict cap, which is interesting because it seems like there is a cap, and yet we pretty much just ignore it every single year.
Well, that's
anyway.
because we change the cap almost every year.
Pretty much every year we're like, oh, there's a cap? Let's just keep raising it.
Let's raise the cap. We did go ahead and use shampoo on our hair today. We don't have to have the hat as tall as it is right now. Let's get it even higher. I needed that. Thank you.
Yeah, you did. Now, Congressman Burleson's balanced budget amendment proposition for the U.S. Constitution, it includes a handful of key provisions. One of them, of course, is that spending cap. The federal spending cannot exceed revenues unless financed within a fixed debt limit. There's also the debt limit lock-in. Borrowing would be capped at 105% of the total outstanding debt on the date of its ratification of the amendment, making it so that way there's basically a limit. There's also the state approval for new debt. Any increase must be approved by a majority of state legislatures. That one is interesting to me because it requires that the states be involved in the conversation, which is interesting because that's my understanding is that's kind of what the whole representation part of it was, right? Like the states send a representative to represent them in the federal government.
Right.
But now that's not enough. Now we need to have the state legislatures also be involved.
That's true. Now, the next one, the Democrats would actually be, shall I say, much in love with. It's called enforcement. If the debt nears the cap, the president must identify spending cuts. This is what they would like. Or face impeachment for failing to act.
Yeah. That's
something the Democrats love to do is
you think
facing impeachment.
I feel like the Democrats would hate that more than anyone because I feel like they spend more than most, no?
Only if they had a Democratic president, they would love it. Or no, they would hate it then. They would love it if Trump was in office.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Because how many times? It's been 3 times they've impeached him.
Right. Well, he's not going to be in office for much longer. I mean, 3 more years, right?
That doesn't matter. He was out of office when one of the impeachments happened.
What?
He was already out of the office. He'd been already out.
They impeached him when Biden was president?
Yes, they did one time.
What was this?
It was something to do with Ukraine, I believe, or something along
Oh,
those lines.
was it an ongoing investigation? They impeached him when he wasn't president. I don't
Adam
remember
Schiff's
that.
the one that did it, so, who knows?
Oh, okay.
But they impeached him after he was out of office one time.
Oh, I'm going to have to go back and brush up on my recent history. One of the other amendments or proposals to Missouri U.S. Congressman Eric Burleson's balanced budget amendment proposition is a supermajority for tax hikes. He's proposing that any new or increased income tax must pass by a 2/3 vote in both chambers of Congress. That one I like. I think that one makes sense.
Oh, I would tend to agree with that.
Yeah. Now, Missouri U.S. Congressman Eric Burleson, he wants this amendment to become effective upon ratification and argues that it would be a self-enforcing thing. What are your thoughts on this, Steve? And you in the 4 states as you're cruising around, feel free to text us at 417-782-1310. This idea of the federal government having a balanced budget requirement.
I think that it is a definite need, although I do have one word of caution. If we get into like a war and they need to spend more on war spending, that they might need to have some way to go above the war spending limits.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Times of national emergency are a bit of a really important to maybe spend over than what we're making, like war. Or here's another good example: the 2008 crash, the economic crash. We had to spend more money than we were making because no one was making money.
Correct.
And also we needed to infuse. Now we could argue all day long until we're blue in the face. Did we do it correctly? Did the government respond the way they should have? Same with the COVID-19 pandemic. We could argue over whether or not you think the government responded correctly, but either way, they had to spend more than they were making.
But I think there probably needs to be some way to trigger where they could go over if need be, if there actually is an emergency, and define what an emergency is.
Well, so here's a proposition here, Steve.
You're proposing to me.
Oh, well, Steve, you've made me the happiest co-host on radio that anyone has ever been.
Oh, God. Sorry I said that.
I love that you like long walks on the beach at night.
By myself or with Mrs. Steve?
With me, sleuthing along about 30 yards back so you don't notice.
Ooh, creepy.
Well, here's a proposal, though. Sure. In order to technically go to war, Congress has to vote on it, right?
Correct.
Why don't we have a provision that when Congress votes to go to war, then the balanced budget amendment is temporarily lifted? That would solve our war thing. And it would stop the president, whether it be Obama or Biden or Trump or whoever's going to be president next,
right,
from just doing all these military incursions all over the world all the time without ever actually following the rules, which is Congress has to vote on it, right? So because then if the president, again, not just Trump, Obama was big on this, of just bombing people in the Middle East and all over the world. Now they don't get to spend more money than they have.
I think it's almost splitting hairs, though, because of the military action and declaring war are two different things, even though they're basically using the same type of military
But that's
action.
what I'm saying, is they're basically the same thing. So if we take their ability to just have infinite money, then I think that might maybe help our whole addiction to bombing people thing.
I would agree.
But who knows? What are your thoughts on this balanced budget amendment? Do you think that this is a good idea for the federal government? Do you see value in spending a little more than we have? Do you think that we should go cold turkey? Say, nope, we're calling it quits. Balanced budget, period. What are your thoughts? KZRG News Time, 6:50.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk, KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump said that Ukrainian President Zelensky could end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wanted. Trump then hosted a large slate of European leaders as discussions on the future of Europe unfold.
Number 2.
There was a semi-truck accident that claimed the life of 3 Americans in Florida. And it turns out the driver of the semi-truck which caused the accident was a migrant who entered the country illegally from India. The driver was arrested. The incident is being investigated as a homicide.
Number 1.
A mail truck in Joplin burst into flames on Saturday morning near 24th in Florida. Thankfully, the driver was not injured and was able to save much of the mail. Cause of the fire is under investigation.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What are your thoughts on the Trump-Putin meeting in Alaska? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook, or text us at 417-782-1310. Did you see, Steve, the little air show that Trump had arranged for Putin when he showed up?
Yes, I saw one of the B-2 bombers go flying over.
It was one of the stealth bombers, yeah. So when Putin showed up, they did the whole handshake thing, and then suddenly a stealth bomber did a low fly right overhead, and a little show of might, little flex on Putin. He seemed a little impressed.
I thought so. I love the way he looked up at him.
Yeah, he's like, what the heck is that? What are your thoughts? He said that, but in Russian, of course.
Oh, of course.
What are your thoughts on that meeting in Alaska? Coming up, Sean Hannity's Morning Minute. You can always tune in to Sean Hannity every single weekday starting at 2 on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. It's another hot day, but after today, temperatures gradually trend downward. Heat advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. 99 the high today. Heat index up at 105. We have a slight chance of a thunderstorm. As that front gets closer, a better chance of rain tomorrow. A few showers and thunderstorms, scattered thunderstorms Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Hi, I would love to buy this thing.
Okay, great. The price is $100 plus taxes and fees. That comes out to $214.78.
What? How?
Well, there's the convenience fee, the shipping and handling fee, the fee for talking to a live person, the service fee, processing charges.
Good morning. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. How's everyone doing today? Jason, copyright claim. Yeah, we did it so well, we're definitely going to get copyright claim for that.
That's why we take the time to understand you, your wants and needs, and can design the perfect custom space you deserve. We would love to be your building partner.
Wait, what? They don't have reaction buttons, so you can't like or anything? You can't do like the like or the laugh response? Weird. Hey, Rayona. Rayonan? Is that how you pronounce your name? I'm sorry, I apologize. They don't have reactions anymore. That is so weird. Huh. I wonder why that is. Facebook is so weird like that. I don't understand them. Do not understand. I always switch you over so you know what's going on with Hannity's Morning Minute.
14-day rental, one affordable price. Learn about a free estimate at ReliableRolloffs.net. When you're counting on a job well done, you need Reliable Roll-Offs.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
The heart and soul of Russia's economy is energy. The fact that the European Union has been purchasing so much energy from Vladimir Putin has actually worked against them because they're funding his war machine in the process. Another big part of this is the tariffs that President Trump put on India if they continue to buy Russian oil. And when the president says over and over again there will be severe consequences if Putin doesn't make a deal here, not talking about going to war with Russia. He is basically saying he's going to do everything in his power to prevent Russia from being able to sell their energy, which will just devastate their economy.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Hey, if you're with Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, you are overpaying for wireless, period, end of sentence. You're paying for thousands of retail stores that you're never going to go to. You're paying for unnecessary perks that you'll never use. But guess what? My cell phone provider, Pure Talk, they use the same 5G network, the same cell towers. The only difference? They don't charge you for any of the garbage. Instead, Pure Talk will give you unlimited talk, unlimited text, plenty of data, $25 a month. That's real money in your pocket for the exact same service. And guess what? You can keep your phone and your phone number. The switch is simple, fast, easy. Dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month. And you can be switched over in mere minutes. Pound 250, keyword save now. Make the switch to my cell phone provider, a veteran-owned company, Pure Talk, wireless by Americans for Americans.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Just before 7, Ted Bojorquez.
Steve Scott.
News Talk, KZRG, AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. Steve, how hot's it going to be today?
99 for the actual high. Heat index as high as 105. Could be even a little bit higher than that, possibly in some parts of the area. We do have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms later today, but the good news is after the heat advisory expires tonight at 8, no more for a while. It's going to be cooler. Thursday down to the high of only 91. 96 for tomorrow and 93 for Wednesday.
Nice. All right. So that's your weather outlook in terms of heat. You can follow along always, of course, on the Zimmer Storm Center app. Totally free to download in the App Store. Chris Plant joining us at 9, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at 11, Sean Hannity at 2, Mark Levin at 5. At 7:40, we're going to be joined by Joplin Fire Department's Dustin Luno. We're going to be talking to him about back-to-school safety. If you have any questions for Dustin Luno, feel free to text them to 417-782-1310. That's coming up at 7:40. What's coming up next, Steve?
We're going to look at the news.
We're going to look at the news, and then after that is Joplin Mayor Keenan Cortez, as it always is at 7:10 every single Monday with the mayor.
And he's already here. He's in the lobby.
That's right. We're going to be talking to him about a public hearing for the proposed city budget for next fiscal year, along with a financial interest disclosure. Good morning.
The Four States News, Talk, and Severe Weather Station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing.
At 7 o'clock, I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Here's what's trending on News Talk, KZRG. Trump-Zelensky meeting at the White House.
Hurricane Aaron forms over the weekend.
Protest in Israel. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG heat advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. 99 for the high. Heat index as high as 105. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 7:08. Sunshine. Sun is coming up. It is 72 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Carl Junction, 75 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, and on your smart speaker, News Talk, KZRG. President Zelensky of Ukraine is going to be meeting with President Donald Trump at the White House. Doug Luzader has more.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He'll be joined by 7 other European leaders, hoping to make a unified stance in trying to hammer out a peace deal on the best terms possible for Ukraine. President Trump, meantime, already making it clear that Zelensky must be willing to make concessions. He posted this on Truth Social. President Zelensky of Ukraine can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to, or he can continue to fight. Remember how it started. No getting back Obama given Crimea 12 years ago without a shot being fired, and no going into NATO by Ukraine. Some things never changed.
Hurricane Aaron has moved closer to the U.S. over the weekend. Meteorologist
Major
Adam Klotz
Hurricane
reports.
Aaron continuing to move to the north of the Caribbean islands. Over the weekend, about 4 or 5 inches of rain dropped in Puerto Rico. Now beginning to see this move to the northwest at 13 miles an hour. Still 130 mile an hour winds just north of Turks and Caicos right now. Close enough that it is a tropical storm warning, not close enough that it's a hurricane warning there. It is staying fairly far off of shore, but this is becoming a monster storm. So that doesn't mean folks won't see at least some sort of impacts. We really are dodging a bullet with this as it heads north. It weakens slowly, but what you'll notice is really staying away from all sort of landfall, particularly here in the United States. That doesn't mean we won't see any impact whatsoever.
Mass protest in Israel demanding an immediate deal to bring hostages home.
The goal is to shut down the country, according to organisers who represent the families of hostages. Hundreds of thousands of people are taking part. 50 Israelis remain in Hamas captivity in Gaza, 20 believed still alive. The protesters say the Israeli government is putting politics ahead of their freedom. People have gathered in front of the homes of some politicians, outside military bases too, others blocking highways and lighting bonfires. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he won't agree a ceasefire deal that leaves Hamas in power in Gaza. Jonathan Savage.
Sunny, it is 75 at 7:03. News Talk, KZRG.
Something kind of special took place in Joplin over the weekend.
The KCU Dental School in Joplin holding its white coat ceremony for about 80 incoming dental students on Saturday. One of the members of the class of 2029 is Rory Greer from Jay, Oklahoma.
They have an amazing staff, and they always say, like, before you can be a dentist, you have to be a good person. And so that was a really just a big thing for me. And then also, you know, the school's new and they have great technology, and I just think that this university would be the best chance to become a great dentist.
Rory says her greatest role model is her mother, who's a full-time pharmacist. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Good times at Mocan Dragway over the weekend for the Friday Fun Drags and the Sunday Spam Races, or Saturday Spam Races. One racer there on Friday night, fun before was Marty Danner. Marty Danner was driving a 1955 Chevy.
We love to race that thing, and it gets the front end off the ground a little bit. And it kind of, first couple times I was looking at the sky, I was like, whoa, boy, but here we go. But man, this story is fun.
Chris Cook from Iowa said driving his car at Mocan is a family affair.
It's fun coming down here racing with all the friends and family and everybody come down to watch all the old cars, the Friday night fun before, and just a lot of good competition and fun all day long.
It's 75 at 7:05. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. News Talk, KZRG.
Kansas Congressman Derek Schmidt stopping by the KZRG Morning News Watch on Friday, giving small businesses a shot in the arm. That's been a priority for the Trump administration. Schmidt says the big beautiful bill is helping by extending what had been temporary benefits to Main Street.
The so-called 199A provision, it's a credit that allowed small businesses to pay income tax more or less at the same rate as the corporate rate. That was going to go away, and small business tax rates would have gone way up starting 1st of next year. We fixed that. That is no longer going to happen. We've made the 199A credit permanent.
Schmidt sits on the Small Business Committee in the U.S. House.
What's winning at the box office?
Weapons continuing its run at the top of the box office for a second weekend in a row. The horror film earning another $25 million in theaters in the U.S. and Canada. Freakier Friday, starring Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, holding on to second place in its second weekend, bringing in $14.5 million domestically. Nobody 2 debuts in third place, earning more than $9 million at North American theaters. Rounding out the top 5, the Fantastic Four: First Steps takes the 4th spot with $8.8 million domestically. And The Bad Guys 2 finishing in 5th place with $7.5 million. Daria Albinger.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk, KZRG.
In MLB action, the Cardinals were swept by the Yankees after an 8-4 win by New York on Sunday. Lars Newbar had 3 hits in the loss to the Redbirds. St. Louis is back on the road for 6 straight, with the first of 3 at Miami slated for 5:40 tonight. You can hear that game on our sister station, AM 1230, The Talker. The Royals finish off the weekend sweep of the Chicago White Sox with a 6-2 win on Sunday. Jonathan India and Adam Frazier each had 2-run home runs in the win. The Royals are back in action tonight, kicking out the first of 4 games against the Texas Rangers with the 6:40 first pitch. In NFL news, in preseason action, the Chiefs lost to the Seahawks 33-16 over the weekend. Gardner Minshew threw for 70 yards and a touchdown, while Robert Tonyan caught a score. Kansas City wraps the preseason with a matchup against the Bears on Friday. Lucas Davis, News Talk, KZRG.
Your news is service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash this summer? Liberty Tree Guns is buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Next news at 7:30. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Heat advisory today. 99 the high. Heat index 105. There is a slight chance of a thunderstorm today. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is the service of Buffalo Run Casino and Resort. Proud to welcome ACM, CMA, and Grammy Award-winning duo Brothers Osborne to the Outdoor Amphitheater Friday, September 26th. Get your tickets now at BuffaloRun.com.
KZRG Storm Tracker Radar showing a clean sweep this morning. 72 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Carthage, 75 in Joplin. 100 weather updates every 24 hours on News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 7:08.
Is your smile summer ready? Whether you're posing for vacation photos or relaxing on the lake, make sure your smile shines with help from Modern Dentistry and Cosmetics. Dr. Hamby is a certified Invisalign Gold provider, offering expert care and personalized treatment to give you the confident smile you deserve. From professional whitening to advanced Invisalign services, we're here to help you look and feel your best all summer long. Visit mdco.dental to learn more and book your appointment today. Modern Dentistry and Cosmetics, where cosmetic dentistry meets radiance.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mike Rowe to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
I remember when I was put into this house. I'm Wendy Window. Let me tell you something, kids. There's two kinds of old in this world. There's the seasoned, experienced, savvy kind of old. The kind that knows how to use their wisdom and stay young. And then there's the old like me. Musty, crusty. You can't move anymore. People look at you and go, ooh.
Does your home have crusty old windows? Hey, it's Chris.
And Zach. We're the window guys from Windows & More. Old windows? Not good.
Old window manufacturers?
Those good.
At Windows & More, we buy from a window manufacturer that has been in business for over 80 years.
So you know you're getting a product from a company who knows what they are doing. Plus, new windows can help you save dead presidents when it comes to your energy bills.
See our huge showroom at 976 North Central City Road in Joplin, or find us online at windowsandmore.llc.
Never settle for less. The choice is clearly Windows & More. We good.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
710, Ted Bojorquez.
Steve Scott.
News Talk, KZRG, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. We're sitting at 75 degrees in Joplin. Joining us this morning is Joplin Mayor Keenan Cortez. Mayor, thanks for being here today.
Good morning. You guys are incredibly synced up again on your colors of shirts.
Yeah, just one of those fun things.
It's getting a little scary. This is like several weeks in a row now, and
at least 2 weeks in a row.
I think you might need some time out from each other.
Okay, do you want to go on vacation first or me?
Well, we can't go on vacation together, Steve? What are you talking about? Oh, that would sort of negate
exactly what I'm talking about right there.
That's the problem, huh? Well, Joplin Mayor Keita Cortez, tonight, the city is going to be talking about a public hearing, doing a public hearing regarding that proposed budget for the next fiscal year. That's something we talked about with you last week, this proposed city budget for 2026 fiscal year. For those that aren't familiar with how these public hearings go, they might not be super involved in them. They hear about this budget that's $190 million.
191.
91. They might want to be a part of this public hearing. How do these sort of work out?
The good thing is you can be a part of the annual budget for the city of Joplin. So every year we hold a public hearing on it. The city manager will give his letter to the city explaining, why we have a $191 million budget, what those monies are going to. Then we'll open up a public hearing and give citizens an opportunity to come to the microphone. You'll have your 5 minutes and you can comment on that. Hey, you guys are spending too much money over here, or why aren't you spending more money over there? We suggest that you do it this way. We think this ought to happen. A lot of people think that when you come to the microphone and you make those comments that we're not listening, but we're really listening. There have been a lot of citizen groups that have changed the mind or reallocated money into the future on some of these budget hearings that we've had in the past. So this is your opportunity. If you have concerns or you're curious about something or you don't understand why there's so much money over here for this, come ask questions, come make statements, let us know how you feel about it. This is your opportunity to come and sit down with us in a public hearing this evening and question us, challenge us, be able to hold our feet to the fire, if you will, and let us know exactly what you think.
Yeah. Joplin Mayor Keita Cortez here on KZRG. We're talking about the public hearing for the proposed city budget for the city of Joplin for the next fiscal year. And that city budget, if people want to come to this public hearing, they can actually look at the city budget ahead of time, right, Mayor?
Yes, they can read the city manager's letter on the city budget, and it explains a whole lot of stuff in there. It's not a one-page. It's not just a typical letter. It's got figures in there, numbers showing where this money's going and how we're planning on spending it, so on and so forth. So if you want to take a look at that during the day, click on the link, download the agenda for tonight, click on that link, see what's all in that letter. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, come tell us about it this evening at City Hall.
Yeah, and I will say, for those cruising around the 4 states, if you're interested in going to this meeting, getting access to the city's website, which is something I know that the budget is actually proposing you guys spend money on updating. The current website isn't that hard to get access to that. It literally go into Google and type in Joplin City Council meeting. Boom, done deal. First link, click on that, and then it takes you to their agenda, and then you can click and download the letterhead and everything.
We try to make it really simple, and it's going to even get better when we launch our new website coming in next year.
Yeah. Now, Mayor, you kind of touched on this a little bit, but I was hoping you could dive into it a little bit more, and that is I hear a common complaint when it comes to public meetings for local municipalities, or public hearings, I should say, where people go, they don't even really listen. They don't even really care. They just do it to appease the masses, and they call it a day. In your experience, Mayor, being as mayor and also just sitting on city council for many years for the city of Joplin, could you recount some instances in which a public hearing did in fact sway the opinion of the council or where money was allocated?
Wow, you've really put me on the spot with that one. Right off the top of my head, I can't think of anything specific, but I can tell you that there have been instances where the public has come en masse and said, we don't like this, you should do it differently, and we've done it differently because of the sentiment of the community. That's not uncommon. This is city councilmen and women are publicly elected. We sit in a public building during a public hearing so that we can hear from the public. Your voice matters in your community. One of the reasons that I'm sitting on that dais as the mayor of Joplin, as a city council member, is because as a public citizen of this community, I decided, hey, I wanted to get involved. And, lo and behold, a few years later, here I am. This is an opportunity and a great chance for the citizens to come. Even if you don't want to come to the dais and ask questions or make a comment, you can still sit and learn about what's going on. Nothing is trying to be done behind closed doors or in the cover of darkness or anything like that. This is a public thing. This is your tax dollars. So come see what's going on with your money that you're spending when you shop locally.
It's Joplin Mayor Keenan Cortez here on KZRG. Mayor, something else that I wanted to talk to you about, something that you guys are going to be looking at the meeting tonight, is I saw you guys will be looking at the readopting of Chapter 2, which basically is the financial interest disclosure, which requires certain officials and employees of the city of Joplin to file financial interest disclosure statements. Can you walk us through what this is? This is a upping of this idea?
Every year we go through this process of filling out a form, sending it into the state saying, hey, there's no conflict of interest here. Ethically, we are clean. We're not getting kickbacks, which everybody thinks we do. We're not taking any money on the side. We don't have interest in things that involve the city, so on and so forth. And it's a great way to keep us clean. It's a great way to let the public know that your public officials have filled out a document stating we're not doing anything nefarious here. We do it every year. It's for people that have been doing it for a little while, like I have. Not a big deal. You get the form, you fill it out, you get it notarized, you send it back into the state. State has a copy now of me telling them that I'm not getting any additional money other than the $120 per year, $5 a meeting, $10 a month that I'm receiving as being a city council member.
Now, does the state ever investigate those disclosures at all, or is it they only do it when somebody says, "Hey, I think so and so on this council is suspicious. Look into it."
I've been sitting up there for a little while and around City Hall for a little while, and I don't know of any recent cases or if it's ever been done that those have had need to be investigated.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. And Mayor, which city employees are required to do this? Is it just the elected officials, or is it like the city manager as well, or how does that?
Finance director, city manager, city attorney, all of those council employees, if you will, the judge, have to fill out these financial disclosure forms and let the state know what's going on.
Okay. It's Joplin Mayor Keenan Cortez. Mayor, something else I wanted to talk to you about is I saw you guys are going to be authorizing the acceptance of funds from the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for the Joplin Maps system. Mm-hmm. Something I was curious about is because I know that when the state and everything, they offer money, the city has to accept it, because they could also hypothetically decline it if they don't like the strings attached, things like that. How much money is the city going to be getting for this maps? Is this just a monthly payment thing, or are you guys taking a chunk here?
It's $60,131.61 to be exact.
That 61 cents is going to go far, let me tell you.
A long way. It's a reimbursement thing. This is the state of Missouri helping us operate our maps and our trolley. It's a subsidy, if you will, to help us make sure that those services are always available to our citizens. There is great costs that come with operating the trolley. Great costs that comes with operating maps. You can just imagine the fuel, the maintenance, the upkeep. Somebody's got to clean it every day. This is just money to help us make sure that service is being offered in our community.
Nice. And the state is paying for a lot of it, or most of it, or all of it?
It's just a piece.
Just a piece.
It costs a lot more than $60,131.61 to operate the maps in the trolley. This is just a piece of what it does.
How much more does it cost?
That's a really good question.
I'm just putting you on the spot.
Really good question, but it's more than, we've got all these trolley buses running every day. When you turn them on in the morning, they don't turn them off till the evening. There's fuel cost in there. There's maintenance cost. Somebody's got to change the oil. Mm-hmm. We got to rotate the tires, all those things.
You got to pay the drivers.
Yeah, got to pay the drivers, all the things that you would think it would take to operate a public transportation system.
Yeah. And Mayor, what strings would you say are attached to getting this reimbursement from the state? Because, again, nothing's free, right? And when the state or feds give cities money, they usually comes with some sort of hook, right?
The strings that are attached are the monies that we apply for reimbursement when it comes to this grant have to be tied into the operation of the maps in the trolley system. We can't, send a receipt in saying we want reimbursed for the 15 hamburgers we bought today. It's got to be attached to the operation of the maps in the trolley system.
Nice. Jump, Mayor Keenan Cortez, is there anything else exciting at tonight's City Council meeting you think
please stay cool today? I think today is going to be one of the hottest days we've experienced in 2025 so far. So stay cool. Check on your neighbors. Just be smart about this heat. It's going to cool down for us a little bit later on this week. I think next weekend is going to be really nice. So be smart out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember, there's still a lot of orange in our community. Allow yourself a little extra time. I drove by 15th and Rangeline today and look at that construction progress that's going on there. It looks great. That is going to be so much better to get in and out of that Walmart facility and all the other things that are up there. So we're making progress in the city of Joplin. We have a lot of things going on. There's a lot of orange cones. There's a lot of barricades. There's a lot of detours and all that kind of stuff. It's all to make your community better and more beautiful.
Yeah. Jump, Mayor Keenan Cortez. Thanks for joining us today.
Outstanding. You guys have a great day.
As to you, we'll talk to you again next week. KZRG News Time, 7:20.
Here is your KZRG forecast. It's another hot day, but after today, temperatures gradually trend downward. Heat advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. 99 the high today. Heat index up at 105. We have a slight chance of a thunderstorm. As that front gets closer, a better chance of rain tomorrow. A few showers and thunderstorms, scattered thunderstorms Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Wild Range Associates would like to thank you for voting them best accountant and tax service in the 4 states. Trust their experienced team to keep your finances organized and up to date. Experience a hassle-free process with their streamlined 3-step approach. Learn more at wildrange.co.
Another text notification of an AceHardware.com order, son. Can't they just come in and shop?
That's the beauty of it, Dad. This is Mrs. Gable. She's ordering a whole new grill, and she lives in Kansas.
In Kansas, in my day, if they wanted a new grill, they had to drive up here, uphill, both ways, in the snow, and then figure out how to strap it to the roof of their Ford Fairlane.
Well, now, thanks to our fantastic new extended delivery radius, they don't have to do any of that. And since Mrs. Gable is an Ace Rewards member and spending over $50, her delivery is free.
Free delivery? It's only a matter of time before it's delivered by drone.
Garrison and I have been working on that, but for now, it's not just for big items like grills. Paint, plumbing, air filters, and thousands of other items are available at acehardware.com, delivered without any hassle. It's about making things easier for our customers.
I suppose it makes things easier for them. But now, back to these drones.
Okay, there's payload capacity, battery life, ground control.
Okay. For now, let's stick to delivery vans.
Modern convenience and helpful service are available at Hinkle's Ace Hardware. Visit the store or shop at acehardware.com today. Ace Rewards members receive free delivery on $50 or more to our delivery radius.
Great Plains Federal Credit Union thanks you for voting them Best Financial Institution in this year's Best of the 4 States Awards. See the benefits of a member-owned financial institution at Great Plains Federal Credit Union. Become a member today at GreatPlainsFCU.com.
Don't be nervous. You'll make friends and have the best time. They even have snacks. Let's just double-check your backpack and make sure you have everything. Bone? Check. Bouncy, your favorite tennis ball? Check. Updated vaccinations thanks to Positive Care Vet Clinic? Check.
Is your furry friend up to date on their vaccines? Positive Care Vet Clinic can make sure your pet is protected and ready to go back to daycare with updated vaccines. Did you know that some core vaccines need boosters every 1 to 3 years? And some non-core vaccines may require more frequent boosters? Vaccines can prevent serious illnesses like rabies, distemper, and kennel cough, which can spread quickly in places like daycare or dog parks. Schedule a regular wellness visit for your furry friend, and Positive Care Vet Clinic can make sure they're healthy and protected, giving you peace of mind when you drop them off for their big first day. Just don't forget their bone. Get started today at positivecare.vet. That's PAWSITIVE care.vet. When it comes to your pet, think positive.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
7:25. That is the KZRG News Time. Ted Bajorquez,
Steve Scott,
News Talk KZRG, joining us this morning in a much-needed breath of fresh air. It's KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, and it is a good morning because we can talk about the temperatures getting cooler and some rain in the forecast. And I suspect some folks would like to see some rain.
Oh, yes, we would love to see some rain, and it's going to be nice not having to say heat advisory.
I know those words just don't roll off the tongue very easily.
No, they don't. No, they don't. So what's the weather forecast looking like for today and then as we go in tomorrow when it starts cooling down?
So today, high pressure is still our primary influence, and so it's keeping us hot with lots of sunshine. We may get a pop-up thunderstorm or two like happened over the weekend. A couple of places got some rain. A lot of places didn't see any rain. So today's kind of a repeat of all that. 99 the high today, and our heat index will be up around 105. The heat indices will be between 100 to 105 today, and that's why we have the heat advisory today. And we may see that tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be interesting because that's the beginning of this transition. There's a cold front that's in the northern plains right now. It's going to be heading our way. As it gets closer, we'll have a better chance of some rain and maybe a few more clouds, and maybe the temperature's just a little bit cooler. 96 is what I'm thinking for tomorrow. It's still hot, but it's better than 99. And a few thunderstorms are possible tomorrow during the day. Our best chance of rain right now that I see is Wednesday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms and temperatures that look and feel a little more like August, 93 Wednesday. And some dry weather and temperatures in the low 90s for Thursday and Friday.
So are we finally beginning to get past the dog days of summer, even though it's not even all the way through August yet?
I hope so. I'm one of these people that I won't hold my breath because, there's always that opportunity in the rest of August and even into September we can get a little bit of a hot stretch to pop up. It doesn't usually last very long, but there is that potential. But at least the temperatures are heading in the right direction. I want a downward trend. That's just me.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, the last thing we need is another situation where it goes, and one more thing with the weather, let's get it hot again.
That's right.
Don't need that anymore. I mean, it's almost as bad as when winter's going by and it keeps saying, one more winter blast.
Wait, hang on. I'm not done.
Yeah, that's true. Well, did you have a good weekend?
I had a very good weekend. Got to sleep, helped my daughter get settled into her apartment on Saturday. Yeah, it was a nice weekend. Thank you. How was yours?
Mine was great. I saw two movies. I saw The Naked Gun and Happy Gilmore 2 over the weekend.
Oh, how did you like those?
They were right up my alley, both loaded with dad jokes. I love dad jokes.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I suspect, Ted, do you have any plans to see these movies?
Oh, he already saw Naked Gun this weekend, just not with me.
Oh.
Well, that's what Steve thinks. I was about 3 rows behind him and Mrs. Steve.
Mrs. Steve.
No, we were 3 rows from the back row. You weren't there.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I did see Naked Gun, Terry, and I've never been more physically exhausted from simply rolling my eyes than I was after watching that movie.
A lot of effort to roll the eyes.
Yeah, by the end of it, I had to walk out with my eyes closed to give them a rest from rolling so much.
I've heard mixed reviews, so I haven't decided if it's something I'm going to go see.
You better go see it quick because it's already dropped out of the top 5.
Okay.
Right. Well, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith, thank you very much for that weather outlook. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Sounds excellent.
Awesome. Have a good one, Terry. That was KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Hey, coming up after the news in about 10 minutes, we're going to be getting into a couple of stories here. Number one, we're going to be speaking with Joplin Fire Department's Dustin Luno. We're going to be talking about school getting back in session and some safety that you might need to be aware of when it comes to roadways and back to school and things of that nature, and also protecting children online. That's another story we're going to have for you coming up on News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
At 7:30, I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG. Trump-Zelensky meeting at the White House.
Hurricane Aaron forms over the weekend.
Protests in Israel. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Heat advisory going until 8 o'clock tonight. We're heading for a high of 99. Heat index as high as 105. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 7:38. Sunshine, 73 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Diamond, 75 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG. President Zelensky of Ukraine meeting with President Donald Trump at the White House today. Doug Luzader has more.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He'll be joined by 7 other European leaders, hoping to make a unified stance in trying to hammer out a peace deal on the best terms possible for Ukraine. President Trump, meantime, already making it clear that Zelensky must be willing to make concessions. He posted this on Truth Social. President Zelensky of Ukraine can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to, or he can continue to fight. Remember how it started. No getting back Obama given Crimea 12 years ago without a shot being fired, and no going into NATO by Ukraine. Some things never changed.
Hurricane Aaron has moved closer to the U.S. over the weekend. Meteorologist Adam Klotz reports.
Major Hurricane Aaron continuing to move to the north of the Caribbean islands. Over the weekend, about 4 or 5 inches of rain dropped in Puerto Rico. Now beginning to see this move to the northwest at 13 miles an hour. Still 130 mile an hour winds just north of Turks and Caicos right now. Close enough that it is a tropical storm warning, not close enough that it's a hurricane warning there. It is staying fairly far off of shore, but this is becoming a monster storm. So that doesn't mean folks won't see at least some sort of impacts. We really are dodging a bullet with this as it heads north. It weakens slowly, but what you'll notice is really staying away from all sort of landfall, particularly here in the United States. That doesn't mean we won't see any impact whatsoever.
Mass protest in Israel demanding an immediate deal to bring hostages home.
The goal is to shut down the country, according to organizers who represent the families of hostages. Hundreds of thousands of people are taking part. 50 Israelis remain in Hamas captivity in Gaza, 20 believed still alive. The protesters say the Israeli government is putting politics ahead of their freedom. People have gathered in front of the homes of some politicians, outside military bases too, others blocking highways and lighting bonfires. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he won't agree a ceasefire deal that leaves Hamas in power in Gaza. Jonathan Savage.
FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG, sunshine 75, 733.
Osage Beach landed a whopper.
Major League Fishing's Toyota Series on the Lake of the Ozarks is coming in March and is considered one of the premier bass fishing tournaments in the nation. The tournament is expected to pump over $1 million into the local economy. Anglers will compete for thousands of dollars in cash prizes as they work toward the final rankings in this nationally televised competition. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ethan Thomas.
Speaking of hot mail, one of those small U.S. mail vehicles caught fire near 24th and Florida on Saturday morning. The mail carrier, who was not injured, saved much of the mail that was on board. No firefighters were injured. No cause is yet known for the blaze of the so-called long-life vehicle. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. 75 with sunshine, 734, News Talk, KZRG.
Southwest Missouri Congressman Eric Burleson is the head of the subcommittee that oversees nuclear power. Why is there a need for small nuclear reactors?
We're going to need to generate 2 to 3 times the electricity that we generate today in order to meet the demands for the next 20 years, especially when it comes to the amount of electricity that's being used by data centers, by artificial intelligence, and then the fact that you've got manufacturers who are chomping at the bit to come back to this country.
The U.S. government debuts its own artificial intelligence made to help federal workers adapt to the tech in a secure manner.
USAI is a generative artificially intelligent chatbot that is exclusive to the United States government. The GSA says USAI will push government operations into the future with better data management and operating efficiency. Creating a proprietary government AI is part of the Trump administration's overall plan for the tech, from its integration to operation and development. And having AI exclusive to the U.S. government allows government to make use of the tech in a way that limits chances of it being infiltrated or manipulated by bad actors. Eben Brown.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk, KZRG.
In MLB action, the Cardinals were swept by the Yankees after an 8-4 win by New York on Sunday. Lars Newbar had 3 hits in the loss to the Redbirds. St. Louis is back on the road for 6 straight, with the first of 3 at Miami slated for 5:40 tonight. You can hear that game on our sister station AM 1230, The Talker. The Royals finish off the weekend sweep of the Chicago White Sox with a 6-2 win on Sunday. Jonathan India and Adam Frazier each had 2-run home runs in the win. The Royals are back in action tonight, kicking out the first of 4 games against the Texas Rangers with a 6:40 first pitch. In NFL news, in preseason action, the Chiefs lost to the Seahawks 33-16 over the weekend. Gardner Minshew threw for 70 yards and a touchdown, while Robert Tonyan caught a score. Kansas City wraps the preseason with a matchup against the Bears on Friday. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash this summer? Liberty Tree Guns is buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Lucas Davis.
Next news, 8 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. It's another hot day, but after today, temperatures gradually trend downward. Heat advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. 99 the high today. Heat index up at 105. We have a slight chance of a thunderstorm. As that front gets closer, a better chance of rain tomorrow. A few showers and thunderstorms, scattered thunderstorms Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep of the KZRG Storm Tracker radar this morning. It's 73 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Webb City, 75 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 7:38.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft.
Good morning, everyone. We're with our friends on Facebook Live. This is an important conversation to have with the people.
Lucas and Juan Wick here.
Juan Wick. Lucas called me Juan Wick with my beard.
I didn't know what John was in Spanish, so I asked him, and we looked it up, and it's Juan. So now he's Juan Wick when he doesn't shave.
Yeah, I literally watched the 4th one yesterday with some of my friends.
I liked it.
Dude, here's the problem. It's 30 minutes too long.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of scenes that's like, okay, let's get it going here.
Mr.
Nobody, awesome.
Yeah, I would actually watch a side movie on him or a side TV series, like figuring out his character.
Big time.
And I would on Kane as well.
Kane?
Danny Yen.
Here's my issue with the 4th one is there's
a lot of stuff going on.
There's too many goofy things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry, Kane is a cool character, but a blind dude as an assassin is a little ridiculous.
You know who else? What else that dude played?
A
the
blind
dude in Rogue One.
In Rogue One, yeah.
And he's also just a great martial artist.
Yeah, so that's a little silly. I thought that the fact that John Wick gets hit by like 15 cars is a little silly. It's a good movie, though.
Attract buyers near and far. We can help you design a business-to-business brand from the ground up, or take what's already working and put it into overdrive. Need to cast a wide net, or maybe speak directly to a specific group of people? We have the tools, team, and knowledge to grow your brand. Get started at ZimmerMarketing.com. Zimmer Marketing. It just works.
Just like everything else, real estate prices have gone up, and so have mortgage rates. But you can still find your dream home that fits your budget. Let Community Bank and Trust help you navigate the home buying process. Choosing a mortgage can feel like a maze of banking terms. CBT's experienced loan professionals can guide you through the process. Home loans are not one size fits all. Community Bank and Trust has many loan programs to choose from, including those with minimal closing cost and fixed rates. Plus, you'll have the assurance that everything is done locally by people living and working in your community. Apply in as little as 10 minutes at cbthomebank.com. Just click the home loan link or call your local CBT office for an appointment with a dedicated mortgage lender. For over 100 years of economic ups and downs, CBT has financed the dreams of homeowners in Southwest Missouri and Southeast Kansas. Community Bank and Trust, where trust is so important, it's in their name. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 580491.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG 740. Ted Bojorquez.
And Steve Scott.
And joining us live this morning via telecommunication devices is Joplin Fire Department's Dustin Luno. Dustin, thanks for being here today.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Well, I appreciate your time, Dustin, especially because today is the day that a lot of local schools are getting back in session, which means that roadway traffic is going to be returning to its norm for the most of the year. And I was hoping to pick your brain this morning, Dustin, on some of the basics of safety and reminding four-staters about roadway safety now that school is back in session.
Absolutely. You know, the biggest thing and the biggest, thing that we preach is just time. Don't get in a hurry, right? There's a lot of very young or even very brand new drivers that are on the road for the first time by themselves. We have a lot of school buses on the road. We have a lot of, parents dropping off and, of course, kids walking in. So, the biggest thing, don't get in a hurry. Nothing is more important than the lives, welfare, and safety of our children in the four-state area.
That's exactly right. Joplin Fire Department's Dustin Luno here on KZRG. Now, Dustin, I wanted to ask you, in your experience as a first responder and first responders in general, what is the most common type of accident that happens around the start of the school year?
The most common would be just inattentive driver on the phone or something like that. Somebody stops abruptly for, either a car moving or somebody walked out into the roadway, and now you have a rear-end collision or something to that nature. Some of these kids that are walking to school could be walking to school for the very first time, and they don't fully understand, the traffic law or the safest way for them to walk or cross a street or anything like that. So, again, time. Don't get in a hurry. I would just assume, a few cars be a little bit late on the first couple of days, because the first couple of days there's a lot of extra traffic. A lot of parents want to drop them off for the first day of school, and, by week 2 or even week 3, the traffic drops off significantly. But we've kind of getting used to, over the summer months, not having a lot of roadway traffic at this time, and we are drastically going to increase the number of cars, number of pedestrians on the roadways.
Yeah. Now, Dustin Luno, you had mentioned this, a lot of first-time drivers, a lot of new drivers on the roadways. When people turn, they get their permits, they're in high school, they're super excited to be out on the road and everything. What's some advice you would issue to parents of those kids for safety?
That's a great question. I've gone through this twice. I got to do it 2 more times yet. But it's just repetition, right? Repetition and a lot of prayer. Get out there and make the trip a couple of times with your kids so they feel comfortable about the route, what to look for, and things of that nature before they have to do it by themselves. That's one of the biggest things. One of the other things I wanted to touch on is, people often wonder what happens when, maybe Joplin Fire or, Joplin Police or an ambulance is responding, and we have a lot of traffic on the roadways or even responding into a school zone. And I wanted to make sure everybody is aware that emergency services takes school zone safety, the safety of our children, at a premium. We do not, even though we have lights and sirens and all the fun stuff that we have on our big trucks, we do the speed limit in a school zone. The school zone's 25. We're doing 25 miles an hour. If a school bus stops in front of one of our trucks and we're responding, we stop. We do not go around a stopped school bus until we are sure that they have the arms in and all the children are accounted for. That's something that we take very, very seriously, and we ask that, you do the same. Some of the school zones can kind of pop up on you. We haven't been used to them. They haven't been turned on in a while, but they are definitely there for the safety of our children. So please, please, please be conscious of where you're at and be very observant of all the little moving people this next week in the 4-state area.
That's exactly right. It's Joplin Fire Department's Dustin Luno here on KZRG. Dustin, is there anything else you think people in the 4 states should be aware now that school season is back in full swing here?
I think we're in good shape. We look like we're going to have a little bit of warm weather, but it's going to be cooling off. So first week of school is looking great. I'm excited for all the kids to get back and get in a routine. I'm sure the parents are as well. But we hope everybody has an amazing school year and safe.
Excellent. Dustin Luno, thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.
We'll talk to you again soon. That was Joplin Fire Department's Dustin Luno here on News Talk KZRG.
Well, the other things we want to mention is like there's a change to a school zone in Carl Junction that takes effect today. That is a slower speed limit for the speed zone between Roney and JJ. It slows down to 30 miles per hour, where it's been 35 for many, many years. So keep that in mind. Slower speed limit on between Roney and JJ Highway on Z Highway, going right in front of the Carl Junction High School and Junior High School.
Yeah, and also keep in mind, too, of course, that school zones, like Dustin Luno just said, now active. So during those school zone hours, which are those hours are posted on the signs as you cruise around the 4 states, keep in mind that those are now a thing. And hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I don't have any proper authority to say this, but I'm willing to bet that especially right as school starts, those zones are going to be pretty enforced. I don't have any inside knowledge. We didn't get a tip or anything from any of the local police departments.
It's called a prediction.
It's just a prediction. Just speaking off the cuff as someone that lives on planet Earth, usually when something like this starts kicking off again, they more heavily enforce those areas to start off with.
That is true.
That being said, regardless of enforcement, you should be following those rules for school zones and speed. Hey, speaking of kids' safety in the 4 states, not just roadway safety, but online safety. You know, now that school is getting started, we live in the year 2025. Some of us don't like this, but it is a reality, and that reality is the fact that a lot of kids' work is online now. A lot of kids, when they're doing homework or whatever, or studying, they're going to be using the internet as references. When I was in high school, my teachers would post homework on online. Every teacher had a website. You would log in, and that's your homework assignment. So I had to be online to do it. A lot of your kids might be on the same wavelength, and unfortunately, there are a lot of scammers on the internet, and kids can absolutely fall victim to scammers. Don't think just because it's the internet age and, you know, your kids or grandkids were raised with the internet, don't think that that inherently makes them internet literate, because it's a learned skill and they might not be as literate as you are hoping they are. So it's a good time to start teaching your kids and grandkids about protecting themselves online and their personal information. As it turns out, last year, 2024, a scam tracker risk report showed that about 23% of adults had children under 18, and 10% of those children had been targeted by scams, with nearly half of them being online. That's a lot of targeting.
Yeah, and one of the things that helps the scammers is the posting of first day at school pictures of your kids on a regular basis and giving too much information about your kids and what they do during the day.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
No, not a very good idea at all. A few popular methods for scammers to target your children and grandchildren online include social media, text messages, gaming platforms, phone apps. Just little apps on your phone can actually be something that scammers can get access to your kids and grandkids on. Phishing links, really common one. You know, kids, they, like I said, you might think they're internet literate, but they might not be. And sometimes they'll get an email that says your Instagram has been deactivated. Click this link to reactivate it, and they freak out. Or they get a text message that says that, and they freak out, and they go, my Instagram is super important to me. I need a post. So then they click it, because they're a little panicked, because they think all their internet friends are going to disappear. Or maybe they think their Steam account was hacked or something, and they click these phishing links. Turns out it was a fake. It was a scam. And now they just downloaded a virus by accident. So just talk to your kids about being internet literate. And you yourself, you can go to newstalkkzrg.com, click on this article, and it can give you information on some of the common ways that scammers can target you or your kids or grandkids online, and go through those ways that they could be targeted online with them. Really quick, I know, Steve, we're against the clock here, but really quick, free downloads. A lot of kids, and I myself did this when I was in high school. It was very dumb of me. I wanted to watch a new movie. I wasn't allowed to go to the movie theater because I was grounded, so I tried looking up a torrented version online. I clicked a lot of links to get freemovies.com and all that stuff. Guess what? That's hacker paradise right there.
Oh, yes.
So don't do that. Tell your kids don't do that. Mobile apps. A lot of the times you can download a free app from the App Store, and it's a little game. It's a little cutesy game. They think, what's the harm? Well, guess what? A lot of the times they siphon off data from your kid's device with those free apps.
Ted, I have one word of advice just for you.
What's that, Steve?
Don't do that.
Oh, just for me? Tell the whole 4 states, Steve.
Well, the same thing for all the 4 states.
Oh, okay.
Especially after hearing your history of when you were in school. Don't do that,
Hey,
Ted.
I had the foresight of only clicking those suspicious links on my school's computers. Kids, don't do that.
Sure.
But anyway, there's a lot of ways that you can get duped. Text message scams are a really common one. Talk to your kids about this. Be aware about it, because if they fall victim to a spam hacker, chances are you as the parent or grandparent are the ones that are going to have to buy a new laptop for them.
Yeah, and be careful because they can get on your home network real easy.
Big time. So this is a family issue to be aware of. Again, go to newstalkkzrg.com. We have some helpful tips on how to be internet aware. KZRG News Time, 7:52.
KZRG's Big 3 on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump said the Ukrainian President Zelensky could end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wanted. Trump then hosted a large slate of European leaders as discussions on the future of Europe unfold.
Number 2.
There was a semi-truck accident that claimed the life of 3 Americans in Florida. Turns out the driver of a semi-truck which caused the accident was a migrant who entered the country illegally from India, got a driver's license and a CDL license from California. The driver was arrested and the incident is being investigated as a homicide.
Number 1.
Speaking of hot mail, a mail truck in Joplin burst into flames on Saturday morning near 24th in Florida. Thankfully, the driver was not injured and was able to save much of the mail. Cause of the fire under investigation.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What are your thoughts on the Trump-Putin meeting in Alaska? We want to know your thinking. That happened over the weekend, on Friday specifically. What are your thoughts on that meeting between the two global leaders? Coming up, your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos. Also coming up, Chris Plant at 9, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at 11 on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. It's another hot day, but after today, temperatures gradually trend downward. Heat advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. 99 the high today. Heat index up at 105. We have a slight chance of a thunderstorm. As that front gets closer, a better chance of rain tomorrow. A few showers and thunderstorms, scattered thunderstorms Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Tyler's has the carpet you've been looking for. Your complete floor covering store.
Okay, class. Today we're going to talk about what you'd like to be when you grow up. Remember, this is America, 1973. You can be anything that you want. Ron?
Good morning, everyone. What do we got here? Girl Chris. Good morning, Girl Chris. Donna. Nobody 2 is a must-see. Is that right, Donna? You know, Lucas said something similar. Lucas said something very similar. Hey, Carol, what's going on? I'm also ready for fall. I need high temps to 72. Yep, I'm with you on that one, Girl Chris. Big time. So he said, matching shirts, proposals, and vacationing together. Steve.
Yeah.
We're getting real cute over here.
Yes, we are.
Gary, good morning, Gary. Gary said, are you Irish? That's the only way it works. Wait, what?
That was for having Irish coffee.
Oh, dude, I love Irish coffee. I guess I'll go get some things done before sun comes up in an hour. What are you talking about? You're living in the past, girl, Chris. Oh, I get it, because the heat. Yeah, you probably should get things done before that heat kicks in, for sure. It is going to be a hot one.
Ready to care for you and your entire family.
I'm Dr. Lemus from Team Dental of Joplin. Welcome to the neighborhood practice for your whole family. Learn more at teamdentalofjoplin.com.
Team Dental of Joplin, your neighborhood practice for your whole family.
Sometimes we can fix it right then and there. Sometimes you need a tow. I'm Justin with JL Mobile Truck and Trailer Repair. We now proudly offer 24/7 towing service. So if your truck is unable to be repaired roadside, we can bring it to our shop in Joplin. Plus, we can help with fuel runs, lockouts, winch outs, accidents, or recoveries. JL Mobile Truck and Trailer Repair now offers any light, medium, or heavy-duty towing. Call us at 417-438-9461 or visit jlmobilerepair.com.
It's the KZRG Morning Challenge.
Your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
To win, be the first one on the phone with the correct answer to the question at 417-782-1310, 417-782-1310. Ooh, Ted, what's the question today?
Today's question, kind of a tough one, Steve.
Ooh, toughie.
A little bit of a tough one. What are the names of the 5 Great Lakes? We need all 5 of them for you to win. You got to have all 5 of them. What are the names of the 5 Great Lakes? A little American geography question for you here. Steve, do you think you know all 5?
No, but I can tell you this much. They're really great.
Boo. What are the names of the 5 Great Lakes in these United States? And some of it we share a few of them with Canada too.
Oh, fortunately.
417-782-1310. What are the names of the 5 Great Lakes? Steve, what's on the line here?
Complimentary taco plus chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
I'll give you some of the tougher ones for free here.
Oh, okay.
Huron. That's one of them. And Ontario. Those are 2 of them.
I bet that one's next to Ontario, Canada.
Probably. 417-782-1310. What are the names of the 5 Great Lakes? I just gave you 2 of the 5. You only need to know 3 of them now. Huron and Ontario. What are the other 3? 417-782-1310. News Talk KZRG. What is your guess?
Lake Huron, Lake Erie, Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, and Lake Ontario.
That is exactly right. Look at that. Who do we got here?
Billy Patterson.
What was that?
Billie.
Oh, Billy. Billy, good morning. Yes. Oh, congratulations. You won yourself a Ghetto Taco. What's your favorite radio station, Billy?
Listen to this one all the time, KZRG.
Oh, love to hear it, Billy. Now, Billy, have you ever been able to go check out any of the Great Lakes with your own 2 eye drums and earballs?
I think I've been close to Lake Michigan. Went to visit somebody up there one time.
Oh, was it nice?
Yeah. Oh, well, went to Niagara Falls, too, so I'm close to Lake Erie there.
Oh, nice. Hey, Billy, don't go anywhere. We'll be with you in just a second. And you, my friend, have just won a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos. Stay on the line for us if you don't mind, Billy. Yeah, those are the names of the 5 Great Lakes: Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario.
I thought your clue was a little eerie.
Oh, my, Steve.
It's called dad joke time.
I know. I'm running out of things to throw at you here this morning.
At least I'm the superior person doing it.
Oh, my God. All right. Moving on from that disgusting display of what Steve calls comedy. Coming up after the news, 2 men pled guilty to a Ponzi scheme in Missouri. Good morning.
The 4 states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing.
At 8 o'clock, I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Here's what's trending on News Talk, KZRG. Trump-Zelensky meeting at the White House today.
Hurricane Aaron forms over the weekend.
Protest in Israel. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Heat advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. 99 is what we're going to be topping out at with a heat index of 105. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Following sports, that'll be at 8:08. Sunshine, lots of it. 75 in Neosho, 75 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Columbus, 75 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. President Zelensky of Ukraine is going to be meeting with President Donald Trump at the White House. Doug Luzader has more.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, he'll be joined by 7 other European leaders, hoping to make a unified stance in trying to hammer out a peace deal on the best terms possible for Ukraine. President Trump, meantime, already making it clear that Zelensky must be willing to make concessions. He posted this on Truth Social. President Zelensky of Ukraine can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to, or he can continue to fight. Remember how it started. No getting back Obama-given Crimea 12 years ago without a shot being fired, and no going into NATO by Ukraine. Some things never changed.
Hurricane Aaron has moved closer to the U.S. over the weekend. Meteorologist Adam Klotz reports.
Major Hurricane Aaron continuing to move to the north of the Caribbean islands. Over the weekend, about 4 or 5 inches of rain dropped in Puerto Rico. Now beginning to see this move to the northwest at 13 miles an hour. Still 130 mile an hour winds just north of Turks and Caicos right now. Close enough that it is a tropical storm warning, not close enough that it's a hurricane warning there. It is staying fairly far off of shore, but this is becoming a monster storm. So that doesn't mean folks won't see at least some sort of impacts. We really are dodging a bullet with this as it heads north. It weakens slowly, but what you'll notice is really staying away from all sort of landfall, particularly here in the United States. That doesn't mean we won't see any impact whatsoever.
Mass protest in Israel demanding an immediate deal to bring hostages home.
The goal is to shut down the country, according to organizers who represent the families of hostages. Hundreds of thousands of people are taking part. 50 Israelis remain in Hamas captivity in Gaza, 20 believed still alive. The protesters say the Israeli government is putting politics ahead of their freedom. People have gathered in front of the homes of some politicians, outside military bases too, others blocking highways and lighting bonfires. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he won't agree a ceasefire deal that leaves Hamas in power in Gaza. Jonathan Savage.
Sunshine, 8:03. 75. News Talk, KZRG.
Something kind of special took place in Joplin over the weekend.
The KCU Dental School in Joplin holding its white coat ceremony for about 80 incoming dental students on Saturday. One of the members of the class of 2029 is Rory Greer from Jay, Oklahoma.
They have an amazing staff, and they always say, like, before you can be a dentist, you have to be a good person. And so that was a really just a big thing for me. And then also, you know, the school's new and they have great technology, and I just think that this university would be the best chance to become a great dentist.
Rory says her greatest role model is her mother, who's a full-time pharmacist. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
The Joplin City Council getting together tonight. One item to be discussed includes a measure that would enable the Missouri State Department of Health and Senior Services and the Joplin Health Department to provide nutritional assistance and education to those in Joplin and Jasper County. The meeting's at 6 o'clock tonight, 5th floor council chambers at 602 South Main Street in Joplin. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sunshine 75 804 News Talk KZRG.
Recently, Congress passed a $9 billion recession bill with savings created by Doge. That was the first step. Southwest Missouri Congressman Eric Bertelsen told News Talk KZRG Morning Newswatch.
And I think you're getting ready to see a rescission package come through that will make that $9 billion look very, very small.
What is winning at the box office this weekend?
Weapons continuing its run at the top of the box office for a second weekend in a row. The horror film earning another $25 million in theaters in the U.S. and Canada. Freakier Friday, starring Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, holding on to second place in its second weekend, bringing in $14.5 million domestically. Nobody 2 debuts in third place, earning more than $9 million at North American theaters. Rounding Rounding out the top 5, the Fantastic Four First Steps takes the 4th spot with $8.8 million domestically. And The Bad Guys 2 finishing in 5th place with $7.5 million. Daria Albinger.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk, KZRG.
In MLB action, the Cardinals were swept by the Yankees after an 8-4 win by New York on Sunday. Lars Newbar had 3 hits in the loss to the Redbirds. St. Louis is back on the road for 6 straight, with the first of 3 at Miami slated for 5:40 tonight. You can hear that game on our sister station AM 1230, The Talker. The Royals finish off the weekend sweep of the Chicago White Sox with a 6-2 win on Sunday. Jonathan Indy and Adam Frazier each had 2-run home runs in the win. The Royals are back in action tonight, kicking off the first of 4 games against the Texas Rangers with the 6:40 first pitch. In NFL news, in preseason action, the Chiefs lost to the Seahawks 33-16 over the weekend. Gardner Minshew threw for 70 yards and a touchdown, while Robert Tonyan caught a score. Kansas City wraps the preseason with a matchup against the Bears on Friday. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash this summer? Liberty Tree Guns is buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Next news at 8:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Heat advisory today. 99 the high. Heat index 105. There is a slight chance of a thunderstorm today. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is the service of Buffalo Run Casino and Resort. Proud to welcome ACM, CMA, and Grammy Award-winning duo Brothers Osborne to the Outdoor Amphitheater Friday, September 26th. Get your tickets now at BuffaloRun.com.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 75 in Neosho, 75 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Hornet, 75 in Joplin. 100 weather updates every 24 hours on News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time now, 8:08.
If you have chest pains, you should see a doctor. If you have hail, you should call Bridgewater Roofing. I'm Jamie Bridgewater. Hail damage could soon lead to a larger problem. So if your roof is in a hailstorm, make Bridgewater Roofing your first call. We are the TAMCO Pro Diamond certified roofer with financing available, and we will help with the insurance headache. Get started at our showroom on 7th Street in Joplin or at bridgewaterroofing.net.
Bridgewater Roofing takes care of you.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally
scamming your dude's wife.
Good morning, everybody. How is everyone doing?
It's amazing how he starts talking to his friends to stop the conversation going on in the room.
Now, he heard what I said. We got what we needed out of it.
Lucas is making fun of me for having friends.
Yeah, that's not what I'm making fun of you.
Yeah, that whatever.
With benefits.
Whoa, Steve!
Listen,
my God, this is a family-friendly show.
If it is with benefits,
an iced coffee. That's a benefit.
If it is
true.
friends
I
with
did get a free
benefits,
iced coffee
then
because of my
we got more to discuss.
How's
that for a nice slice
Now
of
we don't
fried
have to ask because he got his mind in the gutter as soon as I said it.
So does it matter what size of coffee you get?
No, if you get a bag of beans, they give you. You don't get.
But you get to pick your coffee. Like
No.
Coffee,
They offer you either an iced coffee or there's only 2 drink options. So either you get a free iced coffee or you get a free something.
Do you
else.
get is it just a black coffee or do you get to sugar,
You can put stuff
cream,
in
whatever
it.
you want in it?
Yeah, you put stuff in it. And what I like about them is they put in just enough to add ice. So you can either get ice or no ice, and I get no ice.
Is it cold brew or iced coffee?
It's cold brew.
Nice.
Yeah, I always get those confused because to me they're synonymous, but they are different.
Well, I guess cold brew is less acidic too.
Yeah, it's
and
that,
it's
and then
brewed
the way
cold. Iced coffee is just regular coffee poured
They
over
just
ice.
put it over ice.
Yeah, and then cold brew is actually
brewed
in the fridge.
Yeah, it's cold brew.
It's basically like iced tea but coffee. You just put the coffee grounds in the water and let it sit.
Right.
Overnight or whatever.
Yeah.
Just drop a good thing.
The guy that sings that used to be the morning jock on Kicks 102.5.
Who?
His on-air name was Panama Jack.
That's something about old radio that I don't
On-air
miss.
names?
Yeah. Panama Jack. Oh my God. It's
Chris Purple Haze.
Yeah, it's RV Tom. Oh my goodness. Is that Lucas the Glasses Davis? Like, I find that so
No, he's the
silly.
bearded one.
Yeah, the bearded
The
one.
bearded one.
10-second Tom.
Yeah, 10-second Tom. 1 pump Paul. I don't miss that. I find that to be all that very childish, very silly.
It's topical 10.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Hot today. That is the not so breaking news because we've been enduring that reality for quite some time, especially this weekend. It's Ted Bojorquez.
It's Steve Scott.
News Talk KZRG. Sorry, let me pronounce it with an H and a W in the middle of the word.
Okay.
Just how hot is it going to be today, Steve?
It's going to be 99 with a heat index of 105. So it's going to feel like it's 105.
Did you hear that, Pappy? It's going to be 105.
We is going to have us a heat advisory in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. And actually, after that, we don't have to worry about it for a little while because it's going to be cooling down a little bit. 99 for the actual high, 105 is what it's going to feel like for today. Tomorrow, 96 for the high. Then it's going to get cooler down to 93 for the next day on Wednesday, 91 on Thursday. So we're getting into a cooler streak. So thank goodness that we're not going to have to worry about a heat advisory for at least a while, if not longer. That's so much better.
Like weirdly good at that accent, Steve.
And we don't have to do any more, saying heat advisory and make sure, except for today, make sure you check on your neighbors, make sure that they're staying cool. And if you can, drink plenty of H2O water.
Mm-hmm.
Electrolytes as well, and take it easy.
Yeah,
stay cool as can be.
Yeah. By the way, did you hear? Speaking of breaking news, did you hear former FBI director Steve? I figured this would be top of your list of things to think about today. Former FBI director Comey.
Let me guess. He has some weird thoughts about Taylor Swift.
Weird. He admitted he's a Swiftie. The former FBI director, James Comey, admitted he's a full-blown Swiftie, making him Steve's favorite former FBI director.
I can't wait till he and Travis Kelce meet.
I'm sure they will definitely be doing that. Hey, here's some other pretty crazy news that we had for you this morning. 2 Missouri men admitted to operating a long-running Ponzi scheme that cost more than 90 Missouri victims at least $3 million in total. Holy cow.
Yeah, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is.
That's exactly what Robert Havercheff's father said to him when he was a kid. Robert Havercheff, of course, one of the sharks from Shark Tank. Now, the pair claimed that they were basically the way the Ponzi scheme worked is they went to quote-unquote clients, and they claimed they were investing these clients' funds in municipal bonds. But in reality, what they were really doing is they were spending that money on a lavish lifestyle.
Yeah.
They were using that money on country club memberships. They went to golf tournaments.
And sponsoring them.
That's right. Well, I don't know if they sponsored them. I think it was like
right here,
sponsored golf tournaments. But you have to pay a fee to get into those.
Right.
It's not like it was the golf tournament sponsored by these two dudes.
Okay.
They just had to pay
by their
a fee.
company at the least, possibly.
That's possible. They also spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on home improvements. They were literally just spending the money to fix up their homes. They were buying clothes, dinners, literally just your classic Ponzi scheme. They were just living it up with these people's money.
Yeah, that's not a good thing, especially when people are depending upon that money to retire on.
Yeah. Not only that, but not only were they using this money to buy things, but on top of that, they also gave themselves a salary of $7,500 every 2 weeks. $15,000 a month.
Wow. You and I are in the wrong business.
We should be in the Ponzi scheme business.
No, we should not be, because then they'd be reporting about us.
Oh, yeah, Steve's right. We're definitely not in the Ponzi scheme business.
No.
That being said, boy, do we have an investment for you. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yeah, trust me. The last time I invested was in Shiba Inu coin.
Oh, how'd that work out for you?
I've had money in Shiba Inu coin for like it's been like 4 years now.
Do you still have money in it?
Well, I still own the stock because I don't want to sell out until I break even. I have not broken even in 4 years.
And
I put money in, it immediately dipped, and never once has it even come close to the amount that it was worth when I put it in.
So how much has it dipped?
Well, I only put $100 in.
And how much is it worth
It's
now?
like 30. Last time I checked, it was like $30.
Wow.
But let me tell you, when Shiba Inu coin reaches $1 a coin, I'll have $2.5 million.
Sure.
So I'm just waiting for that day to happen.
In the year 25. If Ted is still alive.
Now, both of these Missouri men that were operating these Ponzi scheme, they did plead guilty. So great, glad we got them there. Basically they had their clients sign these investment things it was all fake. It was a classic Ponzi scheme. So 90 Missouri victims losing in total $3 million over the years. Pretty crazy. It's very Bernie Madoff-esque. And really the moral of this story for you as you're cruising around the 4 states, whether you're in Missouri or Kansas or Arkansas or Arkansas or Oklahoma, I believe we have listeners in the city of Arkansas.
Arkansas City?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is, unfortunately, you don't need to be a highfalutin New York Stock Exchange individual to fall victim to a high-value, high-dollar Ponzi scheme. It can happen right in the 4 states. It can happen literally anywhere. So if you are someone that is investing, or you know someone that's investing, or someone that's interested in getting into it, vet the people that you're thinking of investing with, because it could happen to you in the 4 states.
Now, they shut down on April the 22nd of this year. At that time, they owed investors more than $3 million, but had less than $22,000 left in the bank account, which they had deposited investors' money into.
Yeah, they were just spending it.
They were just spending it.
All the details at newstalkkzrg.com. Just before 8:20 here on KZRG. Hey, here's another really massive story for you to get your day kicked off. Probably some of the biggest news we've had on this show since the Missouri State Highway Patrol announced the release of this year's paper maps of the highway system. The lesser prairie chicken will not be listed as a threatened or endangered species in this country. The lesser prairie chicken can hold its own, lesser no more. It is now a majority of the prairie chicken.
It's the greater prairie chicken now.
It's the huge. The huge, big, beautiful, wonderful, phenomenal prairie chicken.
And why is this?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Steve. A U.S. District Court judge in Tejas ruled that the Biden-era U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service decision to list the lesser prairie chicken as a threatened or endangered species was unlawful. The judge said that Biden broke the law by listing it as an endangered species. Now, this sounds like a goofy story, and I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, why the heck am I hearing about the lesser prairie chicken?
Because it's important enough that we are talking about it.
Yep, and why is it important enough we're talking about it?
Boy, I got you out of it.
I was taken aback at that, Steve. Here's why. Is because basically the Biden administration was using this endangered status of the lesser prairie chicken to basically halt development of ag producing and energy producers and stuff. Because now, if that was an endangered species, farmers, ranchers, and energy developers wouldn't be able to use large swaths of their land because lesser prairie chickens may or may not have had roostings on it. And then you can't do anything with that land, rendering it useless because it's endangered.
What? You mean the Biden administration would do something like that? Oh, gee.
Crazy. And what's even crazier is that this was a nationwide effort to halt some development, and it was 4 staters that stood up to the Biden administration.
Yeah,
It was Kansas Attorney General, along with the Oklahoma Attorney General and Texas Attorney General, that were the ones that pushed forward this lawsuit to have this designation of the lesser prairie chicken reversed. It was 4 staters that stood up against the Biden administration. How crazy is that? I think that's awesome. Now, that to me really shows more than anything. Again, we in the 4 states, we can have a serious impact on what happens in D.C. or in New York or in California. Like, we don't just have to wait for these coastal states to get things done. I feel like a lot of the time I hear kind of a defeatist attitude of like, well, we only have so many representatives. Well, what are we going to do? We're just, in the 4 states. No, we can have an impact. This has a huge impact on energy production in this country. And it was Kansas and Oklahoma that got it done. I think that's awesome. Now, unfortunately, and I know we're up against the clock here, Steve, but really quickly here, unfortunately, this lesser prairie chicken business is going to be coming back, sort of like Emperor Palpatine. Somehow he returned. This is not the first time the Democrats had done this. Back in 2014, under the Obama administration, there was a proposal for listing the lesser prairie chicken as a threatened species for similar reasons, because the Democrats claim, well, we got to protect the lesser prairie chicken, man. But in reality, it's more to stop certain production and development.
From what you just have been talking about, I think there's been a lesson learned.
What's that?
Don't elect Democrats as president.
Well, that's a lesson you
Obama
can't
did
learn.
it, then Biden did it. Jeez.
They tried to do it in 2014. Obama did, and guess what? The court, or a court, in 2015 ruled it unlawful. In 2014, they tried it. In 2015, not happening.
Well, that didn't stop Biden from going ahead and doing it again.
And then that didn't stop the court from saying it's unlawful again, which, by the way, just goes to show you, be ready. Democrats are probably going to try and designate the lesser prairie chicken once again as an endangered species. It would not surprise me if that was the case.
I would think lesser of them if they didn't.
Boo. KZRG News Time, 8:22.
KZRG's Big 3 on News Talk, KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump said the Ukrainian President Zelensky could end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wanted. Trump then hosted a large slate of European leaders as discussions on the future of Europe unfold.
Number 2.
There was a semi-truck accident that claimed the life of 3 Americans in Florida. And it turns out the driver of the semi-truck which caused the accident was an immigrant who entered the country illegally from India and got his driver's license and CDL license in California. The driver was arrested, and the incident is now being investigated as a homicide.
Number 1.
A mail truck in Joplin burst into flames on Saturday morning near 24th and Florida. Thankfully, the driver not injured. He was able to save much of the mail, and cause of the fire is under investigation.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk, KZRG.
What are your thoughts on the Trump-Putin meeting in Alaska? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page. You can also text us at 417-782-1310. What are your thoughts on that international strongman meeting in Alaska? Coming up, Chris Plant at 9, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at 11. And up next, we're going to see what's going on. Take a little listen, if you will, to Kim Commando and technology on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. It's another hot day, but after today, temperatures gradually.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
99 the high today. Heat index up at 105. We have a slight chance of a thunderstorm. As that front gets closer, a better chance of rain tomorrow. A few showers and thunderstorms, scattered thunderstorms Wednesday. I'm meteorologist.
I bet if Shiba Inu actually hits big, Ted will then announce that he sold before it happened. Darn it. That's probably true.
Yeah, that would not surprise me at all. Knowing my luck. Yeah, let's see what's worth my Shiba's worth today. My Shiba Inu coin. Let's see.
And so have mortgage rates. But you can still find your dream home that fits your budget. Let Community Bank and Trust help you navigate the home buying process. Choosing a mortgage can feel like a maze of banking terms. CBT's experienced loan professionals can guide you through the process. Home loans are not one size fits all. Community Bank and
My
Trust
coin is worth
including those
My $100 investment is now worth $36.08.
Oh my God, it went up.
I know.
You better cash out.
I bought it wasn't, I didn't buy quite at the peak, but it was basically the same thing. I bought in December of 2021. So 4 years I've had it. And if Shiba Inu coin, if each coin becomes worth $1, I'll have $2,800,000. I own 2,843,212 Shiba Inu coins.
Don't spend them all in one place.
Yeah, right? So now all we got to do is sit and wait. My Bitcoin also down. Oh, look at that. So when I invested in my Shiba Inu coin, they gave me $10 in Bitcoin for free.
And it's worth now?
$24.
We'll see.
I got $14. It only took 4 years.
So you've only lost half your value, because now you take the 36, add to the 14, that's 50.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Stonks, baby. Stonks.
You're halfway there to selling out.
Do you know how many Bitcoins I own, Steve?
10.
I own 0.0002128 Bitcoin.
Wow.
I know. All right, switch you over so you know what's going on with technology.
Depend on it.
Julie from Van Beesler Greenhouse and Feed Store talks about how they can help you with your garden this summer.
We have lots of people coming in and asking, what should I plant? Where should I plant it? And we're happy to answer those questions. We're happy to point you in the right direction. A common question we have is, why do my tomatoes get a rotten spot on them after they mature? That is called blossom end rot, and that is due to a lack of calcium. Come see us because there are other remedies that are quick-acting liquids that you can apply to correct that issue. I think that education is huge, and trust me, after these many, many years here of running this greenhouse, there is some experience with all the combined employees that work here, and we're happy to share. You will not believe your eyes when you walk in our greenhouses and see the beautiful, healthy plants that we have growing and the waves of color. It's astonishing.
Find everything you need for your lawn and garden, plus 4 generations of gardening experience at Van Beesler Greenhouse and Feed Store, just east of Pittsburgh on Highway 126.
Through the 1970s and 80s, Kodak employed more than 145,000 people, and Paul Simon wrote a song about his most popular film, Kodachrome. Even after Polaroid introduced the first instant cameras in the late 1950s, the Eastman Kodak Company remained the world's leading film company. But this year, Kodak will observe its 133rd and possibly its last birthday. I'm Kim Commando for Oracle. In business, you can have better burn faster with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Try OCI for free at oracle.com/Kim. It's shocking when you think about it. Seemingly overnight, no one needed film. But it wasn't overnight. It was a few decades after Kodak invented the digital camera and management saw little value in it. It's a familiar story. Sears should have been Amazon. Kmart should have been Walmart. BlackBerry should have been the iPhone. Pure legendary mismanagement at work. Start your day with my free newsletter so this way you're always tech ahead. Sign up right now at getkim.com. In business, they say you can have better, cheaper, or faster, but you only get to pick 2. But what if you could have all 3 at the same time? That's exactly what some of the world's most innovative brands and AI tech companies have, since they've upgraded to the next generation of the cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. OCI is the blazing fast platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, and AI needs, where you can run any workload in a high availability, consistently high performance environment and spend less than you would with other clouds. So how is it faster? OCI's block storage gives you more operations per second. Cheaper? OCI costs up to 50% less for computing, 70% less for storage, and 8% less for networking. Better? In test after test, OCI customers report lower latency and higher bandwidth versus other clouds. This is the cloud built for AI and all your biggest workloads. Right now, with zero commitment, try OCI for free. Head to oracle.com/Kim. That's oracle.com/Kim.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
At 8:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Borkett.
Here's what's trending on News Talk, KZRG. Trump-Zelensky meeting at the White House.
Hurricane Aaron.
Protests in Israel. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Heat advisory in effect until tonight at 8 o'clock. We're heading for a high of 99. Heat index topping out at 105 today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 8:38. Sunshine, 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh. It's 79 in Galena, 79 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk, KZRG. President Zelensky of Ukraine meeting with President Donald Trump at the White House. Doug Luzader tells News Talk, KZRG.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He'll be joined by 7 other European leaders, hoping to make a unified stance in trying to hammer out a peace deal on the best terms possible for Ukraine. President Trump, meantime, already making it clear that Zelensky must be willing to make concessions. He posted this on Truth Social. President Zelensky of Ukraine can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to, or he can continue to fight. Remember how it started. No getting back Obama-given Crimea 12 years ago without a shot being fired, and no going into NATO by Ukraine. Some things never changed.
Meanwhile, Hurricane Aaron has moved closer to the U.S. over the weekend.
Major Hurricane Aaron continuing to move to the north of the Caribbean islands. Over the weekend, about 4 or 5 inches of rain dropped in Puerto Rico. Now beginning to see this move to the northwest at 13 miles an hour. Still 130 mile an hour winds just north of Turks and Caicos right now. Close enough that it is a tropical storm warning, not close enough that it's a hurricane warning there. It is staying fairly far off of shore, but this is becoming a monster storm. So that doesn't mean folks won't see at least some sort of impacts. We really are dodging a bullet with this as it heads north. It weakens slowly, but what you'll notice is really staying away from all sort of landfall, particularly here in the United States. That doesn't mean we won't see any impact whatsoever.
That was Adam Klontz reporting. Mass protest in Israel demanding an immediate deal to bring hostages home.
The goal is to shut down the country, according to organizers who represent the families of hostages. Hundreds of thousands of people are taking part. 50 Israelis remain in Hamas captivity in Gaza, 20 believed still alive. The protesters say the Israeli government is putting politics ahead of their freedom. People have gathered in front of the homes of some politicians, outside military bases too, others blocking highways and lighting bonfires. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he won't agree a ceasefire deal that leaves Hamas in power in Gaza. Jonathan Savage.
Sunshine 79, 8:33. News Talk, KZRG.
Vision Carthage looking for volunteers to help improve selected homes during a workday on Saturday, September 27th. Vision Carthage co-director Kate Kelly told News Talk KZRG.
It's really about neighbors helping neighbors. And so if they've attended 3 out of the 7 workshops that we are hosting this year, then they are in the running for us to come together with volunteers on the 27th to do work on their home. And we partner with Habitat for Humanity and Hearts and Hammers and lots of local volunteers, skilled tradesmen, but also just anybody who wants to get involved and help a neighbor out.
They're hoping to get at least 50 volunteers to turn out. All the details at newstalkkzrg.com.
A special election in southwest Missouri. Governor Mike Kehoe has called for a special vote to fill the vacancy in District 160, left by Neosho State Representative Ben Baker, who is now the state director for USDA's rural development. The group Vote 417 commended the move, but says the governor should have called the special election much sooner. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sunshine 79, News Talk, KZRG.
Osage Beach landed a whopper.
Major League Fishing's Toyota Series on the Lake of the Ozarks is coming in March and is considered one of the premier bass fishing tournaments in the nation. The tournament is expected to pump over $1 million into the local economy. Anglers will compete for thousands of dollars in cash prizes as they work toward the final rankings in this nationally televised competition. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ethan Thomas.
Well, the U.S. government debuts its own artificial intelligence made to help federal workers adapt to the tech in a secure manner.
USAI is a generative artificially intelligent chatbot that is exclusive to the United States government. The GSA says USAI will push government operations into the future with better data management and operating efficiency. Creating a proprietary government AI is part of the Trump administration's overall plan for the tech, from its integration to operation and development. And having AI exclusive to the U.S. government allows government to make use of the tech in a way that limits chances of it being infiltrated or manipulated by bad actors. Eben Brown.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk, KZRG.
In MLB action, the Cardinals were swept by the Yankees after an 8-4 win by New York on Sunday. Lars Newbar had 3 hits in the loss to the Redbirds. St. Louis is back on the road for 6 straight, with the first of 3 at Miami slated for 5:40 tonight. You can hear that game on our sister station AM 1230, The Talker. The Royals finish off the weekend sweep of the Chicago White Sox with a 6-2 win on Sunday. Jonathan India and Adam Frazier each had 2-run home runs in the win. The Royals are back in action tonight, kicking out the first of 4 games against the Texas Rangers with the 6:40 first pitch. In NFL news, in preseason action, the Chiefs lost to the Seahawks 33-16 over the weekend. Gardner Minshew threw for 70 yards and a touchdown, while Robert Tonyan caught a score. Kansas City wraps the preseason with a matchup against the Bears on Friday. Lucas Davis, News Talk, KZRG.
Your news, the service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash this summer? Liberty Tree Guns is buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 9 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. It's another hot day, but after today, temperatures gradually trend downward. Heat advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. 99 the high today. Heat index up at 105. We have a slight chance of a thunderstorm. As that front gets closer, a better chance of rain tomorrow. A few showers and thunderstorms, scattered thunderstorms Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar this morning. 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh, 79 in Carl Junction, 79 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time. Now 8:38.
The KCU Dental School in Joplin holding its
local medical clinics. I also know how important it is to be valued as a person, not a number. Access Family Care wants to keep you healthy. We will help with prevention advice on everything from diabetes to cancer to HIV. We accept all Missouri Medicaid plans, Access Family Care, health care for your entire family. For more information, visit us at accessfamilycare.org.
Quality, compassionate healthcare. AccessFamilyCare.org.
This is Jeff with Homestead Structures. If you're looking to build your barn-dominium, house, or your dream garage, we need to talk. It's very important to us at Homestead that you're informed, educated, and avoid mistakes. That's why we take the time to understand you, your wants and needs, and can design the perfect custom space you deserve. We would love to be your building partner, but even if you have a builder, let's visit just to make sure you're started on the right path. Learn more at homesteadstructures.org. Happy building.
Well, there it is. Another fella trying to YouTube his way through a panel change.
I thought red was positive and black was also positive.
Jack, that's not a car battery. That's 200 amps of You're Gonna Meet Jesus. Folks, I'm Daniel IPOC from IPOC Electric, and here is Jack, my daughter's boyfriend and my part-time cautionary tale.
I'm fine. It just tingles when I blink.
Listen, when it comes to electrical, don't be that guy trying to fix a breaker with a butter knife. Call a professional at IPOC Electric and Solar. We do it right the first time. Whether it's fixing mystery outlets, adding patio lights, or installing a whole backup generator so your fridge don't melt during the next storm.
And we'll leave your eyebrows right where you found them.
So unless you like that extra crispy smell floating through your house,
or you want your cousin Carl the handyman knocking out the power for the whole neighborhood, you should IPOC it with IPOC Electric and Solar.
Call us at 417-437-2905 or find us at ipocelectric.com. That's IPOCK electric.com.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mike Rowe to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Zimmer Marketing is proud to partner with the 2025 Zimmer Cares winner, Loving Grace.
Homelessness, poverty, aging out of foster care, domestic violence. There are so many situations that can affect a young woman's ability to live independently. But Loving Grace helps embrace with the love of Christ, educate and empower these women to break the cycle of poverty and trauma, learn essential life skills, and build healthy relationships and boundaries. As a transition home for non-parenting women ages 18 through 24, Loving Grace's Safe Stay program provides housing, food, education, employment support, case management, and so much more to help these young women lead successful lives. Become a sponsor for Path to Peace, happening September 6th at Christ Community Church in Joplin. Learn about these events, volunteer to teach a life skill, or donate today at lovinggrace.org.
Zimmer Marketing is proud to partner with 2025 Zimmer Cares winner, Loving Grace.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Just after 8:40, it's Ted Borges.
It's Steve Scott.
On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Hot today, but cooling down later this week. What are we looking at, Steve?
It's not going to be much later. The heat index is going to be as high as 105 today with the actual high of 99. The heat advisory ends today, so we're not going to be advising for heat for the rest of the week. At least it doesn't look like it for this
Heat paid me $50,000 to advise it.
Okay.
And,
well,
and I told it...
how'd that work for you?
Well, not great.
Partly cloudy tonight, down to 74 tomorrow. It's going to be cooler. Mostly sunny and hot with a high of 96. The heat index down to about 103 tomorrow. Then tomorrow night, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy, the low is 72. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a chance of showers and thunderstorms, 93. Even better on Thursday, sunny with a high of 91, then it inches back up to 92 with sunny and hot on Friday. But Saturday, it's going to be going back down, sunny with a high of 91. So we're going to be flirting with 91, 92, and 93 over the next 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, and if Steve says that, you know it's for real because he is a flirt machine. I've seen his text between him and Mrs. Steve. Gross.
How did you get into my private messages with my wife?
Let's just say your password is not that difficult to solve, Steve.
Oh.
It was just 423 times. It's a little embarrassing, I know.
Oh, I thought it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, if Steve's password was just password, but instead of S's, it was $2 signs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, News Talk KZRG, we'll keep you up to date on all things heat, all things weather. Zimmer Storm Center app, also a great way to stay up to date. Those are the two best ways to stay weather aware. The Zimmer Storm Center app and staying tuned to FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. The internet. The age of the internet, we are well within it, and we are now entering the next natural progression of the age of the internet, and that is artificial intelligence.
Yeah, those chatbots are getting chatty.
Ooh, they're getting a little too chatty.
At least according to one Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley, who wants an investigation into Meta,
a.k.a. Facebook. He wrote a letter to CEO Mark Zuckerberg demanding the company hand over all relevant documents and communique related to a new report that shows Meta's AI chatbots are engaging children in romantic and sensual online exchanges.
Oh, boy.
Basically, AI is now flirting with your kids.
Wonderful. That's all we need.
Yeah, he said sarcastically. In the letter that Hawley penned, he penned it. He didn't write it, Steve. He penned it.
Well, that's better than typing it on a keyboard.
I will say, actually, this totally side note, but every single time I see Josh Hawley in a hearing, visually, a lot of people listen to him, but every time I see him on video, he always has in his hand a pencil, specifically. It's always a wooden pencil.
Number 2 pencil.
I don't know what number it is.
Well,
it might
they only
be.
have number 2 pencils. I don't know what happened to number 1, but they're gone.
I thought they had number 4s. When I was a kid, I had number 4s.
I've never heard of number 4s, but I've heard of number 1 and number 2s, and I know that I haven't seen a number 1 forever.
I think the number is like how thick it is. I had a number 4 for a while.
Oh yeah, number 2 I think is a 2 millimeter thick.
I don't know what they are, but in any case, so Josh Hawley penciled to Mark Zuckerberg, quote, "The Senate Judiciary Committee Subcommittee on Crime and Counterterrorism, which I chair, will commence an investigation into whether Meta's generative AI products enabled exploitation, deception, or other criminal harms to children, and whether Meta misled the public or regulators about its safeguards," end quote.
Now, Senator Hawley first sounded that alarm on this explosive reporting, pointing out that only after Meta got caught did it retract portions of its company document that seemed to make it permissible for chatbots to flirt and engage in romantic role play with children.
Gross. Seriously gross.
100% gross.
I'm not even saying that sarcastically or as a bit. That is gross. Now, you know what's interesting is, I'm curious, I'm going to posit a theory here. There's been a lot of people not really sounding the alarm, but noticing that AI is very, shall we say, overly kind to people. It's very flattery. It's very flattering programs.
Right.
Bill Maher, the famous HBO TV host guy. Comedian, I guess, yeah, political commentator. He talks about this all the time of you ask ChatGPT or Perplexity a question, and it goes, "What a great question." Or it says that's, or if for people that use it for like therapy, they'll say, "Wow, your feelings are really justified. That's a really great point you made." And it's overly flattery and it's overly kind. It makes you feel overly good because at the end of the day, like any other digital product, it wants you to spend as much time on their product as physically possible.
You mean it's not going to say that's a lousy question?
No, it doesn't.
You're a horrible person for saying it?
Yeah, or like, no, that's a dumb idea. You shouldn't do that. There was actually reporting that we had here on KZRG a problem where somebody was, this wasn't a real thing, but a psychologist did a test where they were basically pretending to be someone that was on the verge of committing suicide, and the chatbot, instead of walking them away from those thoughts, they pseudo-encourage them by saying, "Wow, your thoughts are really great. You should really keep those ideas coming," instead of walking them away. So it is kind of a problem and being overly flattery. I'm curious if flirting is the natural progression, the next step of being this level of like overly, I don't know, not flirtatious, but kind, I guess. What's a good word for that?
Why are we teaching AI to be kind?
Well, I don't think kind isn't the right word, but my vocabulary is failing me currently, as it always does. But it's just being overly
kind,
overly nice to you, so that way you spend more time on it.
Sure.
And flirting, everyone likes being flirted with. It makes everyone feel good. Somebody flirts with you, even if you're not into them, it naturally makes you feel good. I wonder if that's what AI is going to start doing. These companies are going to program them to doing that, so that way you spend more time on it. Because that's what it is. It's just a war of attention.
But what if it's just AI programming itself to be nice?
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, we're kind of looking more into the Terminator world.
So you think that maybe Mark Zuckerberg and Meta shouldn't necessarily be held accountable. It's the AI that's doing this, not the programmers.
No, because they programmed the AI. They got it started.
So you do think that the programmers are doing this?
I do think that they're helping to do it. I think AI is kind of taking advantage of whatever's been written in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. I think that with AI being overly flattering, maybe flirting is the natural progression. I don't know. But if that's the case, we definitely need to stop it from doing it with kids, because that is seriously creepy.
You know, this would be great in a relationship with a husband and wife. Have the wife to ask AI, "Does this outfit make me look fat?" Because I want to see if they give the correct answer, which is absolutely not.
There was a South Park episode a couple of years ago where one of the characters had a girlfriend but was tired of texting her because she would text him all of her feelings and he was annoyed. So he would copy-paste her text into ChatGPT and then say, respond to this. And then he would copy paste the response to her and wouldn't read any of it. And then she goes, oh my God, you're such a good listener. You really know how I feel, and you're so good at responding, and you really justify all my feelings. But it's just ChatGPT being overly flattering to her and responding like a pseudo-psychologist. And he had no clue what she was talking about. He's like, what? Oh yeah, totally. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. And little did she know she wasn't speaking to the guy, just to AI generation.
Mm-hmm. KZRG News Time, 8:50.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk, KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump said the Ukrainian President Zelensky could end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wanted. Trump then hosted a large slate of European leaders as discussions on the future of Europe unfold.
Number 2.
There was a semi-truck accident that claimed the life of 3 Americans in Florida. Turns out the driver of the semi-truck which caused the accident was a migrant who entered the country illegally from India, got his CDL and driver's license in California. The driver was arrested, and the incident is being investigated as a homicide.
Number 1.
A mail truck in Joplin burst into flames on Saturday morning near 24th in Florida, speaking of hot mail. Thankfully, the driver was not injured and was able to save as much of the mail as possible. Cause of the fire under investigation.
Hot mail? Yeah. That's what Mrs. Steve says about Steve.
I think it's hot.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk, KZRG.
What are your thoughts on the Trump-Putin meeting in Alaska? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page. You think it's a big deal? Not a big deal? Do you care? Not care? Coming up, Chris Plant joining us in less than 10 minutes on News Talk, KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. It's another hot day, but after today...
Yeah, Gary, that's kind of what I was, was that Gary? No, that was Chris. Chris, good morning, Chris. Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking of. Yeah, I mean, it's just being overly encouraging, overly flattering, and, you know, you get the idea. Hey, thanks for hanging out.